Sense real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo! Yo, welcome back to the show. Good morning and happy Wednesday to you. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1, KFMA, and KFMA.com, streaming worldwide on the interwebs. And we got radio or TV on the radio as well, streaming on our Facebook page, Rock 102.1, YouTube at Beef Vegan Presents, and Twitch. If you're a nerd and you like the Twitch. Just kidding. I do. Still trying to build up that Twitch. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Am I doing it right, Matt? Good morning.
What's up, Beef? That sounded good to me. I didn't even know we were on Twitch. That's major.
Yeah, oh no, it's huge. I mean, we're almost up to 1.5 average viewers. It's fantastic. So, I don't know how we got a third of a person watching, but I appreciate that third. It's better than nothing.
You,
yeah. Hope everyone's doing all right out there and not dealing with any kind of rain damage. Got a lot of storms happening in July. In fact, actually, this is the wettest July on record in Tucson history.
That's crazy because wasn't it just the hottest summer in history?
Yeah,
just a few months ago or last month.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you're very depressing this morning, Matt. Yeah, it goes from the very hottest to the very wettest. And just a flip of a switch. And yes, we broke records this year and it's still coming. And actually, if you look around the Arizona Lotus building, things are falling apart here because of the rain. Now, this building's not even 20 years old, but it's older, I guess. Yeah. And every time I walk in after a storm, there's something new, like tiles falling from the ceiling and just, getting soaked and then just dropping and crumbling all over the floor. I had trash cans I had to hop over on my way into the broom closet this morning.
I'm sorry about that.
Was that you? You put that there because there was a leak, right?
Yeah, because it was raining like cats and dogs. I mean, it was raining hard as S out there, and it was just coming through the building. So much so that pieces of the ceiling were falling through. So
exactly. See, more ceiling keeps falling, and that's not. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a construction worker or roofer, but I feel like that's not good. I don't know.
I mean,
100%.
Our building is in the middle of the rain cloud when it begins.
Yeah.
So it hits the mountains first, then it hits us.
Right. Yeah, it's rough. And well, hopefully you guys haven't been dealing with too much damage out there. I know my neighbor 2 doors down from me, about a week ago when that big storm came through, I had a tree topple over onto his front awning and basically crumbled that awning so it blocks his front door. And I saw that they got rid of the tree. They broke that down. But for the past week, that crumbled awning has still been blocking the door. I don't know when they're going to remove that. They've been just kind of getting in their house through the back door. It sucks, if it costs a lot of money, and you don't have the homeowner's insurance or whatever the case, you just have to deal with it for the time being. So I can relate to that. I totally understand. It's just a trip to see. It looks like a war zone in my neighborhood because of these storms.
That's crazy because I thought people collected the trees every time it rained.
Yeah, no, they collected the trees. The tree's done. Okay. It's the awning itself. It's that little patio covering that just crumbled. It was made of a steel top and it's completely blocking the front door in the front of the house. And I'll show you a picture on my phone, Matt. I have it. And again, I feel bad and I almost want to knock on the door to be like, hey, you need help getting rid of this thing, but I can't get to the door. It's blocked. So I'm well, I guess I won't help because I can't get to the door. Tuesday's downpour added 1.19 inches of the season's total, officially making this July the wettest on record. The Rialto River is a full-blown raging river. That's fantastic to see.
That is cool.
Yeah. And weeds galore. Backyards all over southern Arizona look like forests. And I know if you're like me, you're looking at those damn weeds like, oh, goddamn, I'm going to have to pull that.
Right.
It's and it's the weeds that they're deep-seated, right? Yeah. But they sprout up overnight.
You need to bring out the whole shovel and the whole, what is it, the spade?
I have to dig up
Yeah,
the
dig the
entire
weed.
yard because you can't just pull these weeds by like bending down, grabbing it, and just yanking it out. No,
Oh.
you have to. It's a process, man, and it's the thing I hate most. And
Well, you know what's cool is when you look at the mountains, they look like they have grass on it. I'm sure it's just weeds, but I never seen the mountains with grass on it. So
yeah, well,
I
there you
mean,
have it. Thanks to the wettest July. It's not over either, so hopefully we'll get a wet August as well. So we have that. So that's big news here in town. Another big announcement that was made is Amtrak. It has plans to set up a train, and I think almost like a speed, not a monorail, but an Amtrak shuttle service from Tucson to Phoenix. Yeah, so that might cut travel in between towns. So this is huge for people who want to commute to work and use the Amtrak. So say, like Phoenix right now, overpriced, overpacked, just a bunch of it sucks to live up there. And to get an apartment or a house, it's almost impossible to get a house. Forget about getting that. But even an apartment, a studio apartment is going to run you like $1,200 in that town.
that's ridiculous.
Insane. We're right behind them. We're right behind them. Trust me, it's expensive to live in this town too, and it sucks. And something's got to change. But until then, if this Amtrak service gets up and running and it cuts down a commute between Phoenix and Tucson to like an hour or maybe even 45 minutes, if they're able to really speed it up, then you'll have a lot of transplants that work in Phoenix but live in Tucson.
Hey, that would be solid. That would really be solid.
Yeah, it opens up job opportunities for us that live here in town too, because we don't have to just look in our own backyard if you don't mind the commute. And it's not a commute really. You're just kind of sitting on the train and zipping up, an hour and a half up north. And hopefully, like I said, if they cut a couple minutes off that commute, then it kind of makes it worth it. So we got big things happening in this town. It's good news.
Exciting. Remember that whole story about Fusan that was supposed to happen like a decade or so ago?
Oh, it's still happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Combine the two cities.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. They'll all blend together. We're just one big virus. We're just mold on a bagel, my friend. And eventually that entire bagel will be covered in mold. Yes. Speaking of the virus, good segue, Matt. I like to go good news, bad news. We did good news. A lot of rain. That's good in the desert. What's the Amtrak? That's good news. Bad news, the return of the masks. CDC is now recommending that even fully vaccinated Americans wear masks indoor if they're in a COVID hotspot. What's a COVID hotspot, you ask?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you.
America. That's a COVID hotspot. So if you're inside the area of America, there's a good chance that there's going to be signs on doors in public places telling you to wear masks before you enter them. In fact, actually, our company just sent out an email yesterday reminding everybody, hey, if you're in the hallways, you got to wear the masks regardless of your shots. So as we were feeling like we were getting close to the end of the mask mandate, we were quickly reminded like, nah, we're not at the end. So,
Let me ask you, is this like what they were talking about, the end of the good book, The Plagues?
No, I don't know.
Storms, and
I'm not biblical, and we've been through these kind of plagues before, even just 100 years ago. We went through the same process of arguing about masks and vaccines. So, just history repeating itself. Since we made it through that time, we can make it through this time. I'm very optimistic, and I keep my fingers crossed at all times. I have to. It's a side effect of the COVID. All right. Anyways, let's get into our show. We got a great show lined up for you today. Tickets for Cypress Hill. It's Wednesday, so we're going to do another edition of the Score Report. That's coming up at 7 and a whole lot more. We're going to crap on celebrities. It's going to be a good time. So keep it right here to Rock 102.1. It's Beef Vegan Presents, and this is Bush. Clear. Good morning, everybody. Let's roll call it. Let's see what I got here. A lot of content to get to. Oh, I'm loving all the comments this morning. Nick, I better see a dad joke to start things off. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, David. Say hi to Matt as well, of course. What's up? Yo. Key 1, Tucson. Good morning. I'm Juice. You see me, right? Yeah, I'm sure you do. What's up, Mike? Manny says, a slight change. My stalker was too worried about my name being visible along with the sergeant stripes. Okay. So you had to change up your name, Manny. I see it. All right, I'm excited for Wednesdays because we get to do the score report. Aaron, nice guy Aaron, is in the score report today. And it'd be pretty good.
What is the Wi-Fi?
Oh, Wi-Fi. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta put it in there. What is that? Can you mute that?
Oh,
I don't know. Oh, that's just your headphones, huh?
yeah.
Okay. Anyways, give me a second. Let me tell Matt the Wi-Fi. All right. You asking me the Wi-Fi at 6:05, 6:10? We're prepped and ready to go, guys. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, David. Happy hump day.
Hump day.
All right, let's see. Michael Bell said, only one dad joke, please, bro. Don't inundate the stream with dad jokes all morning. And I could F with that. All right, so Nick's like, okay, I got a dad joke for you. What do you call a janitorial superhero? Matt, do you know what they call a janitorial superhero?
No.
All right. Neither do I. So we'll bite. What do you call a janitorial superhero? Flush Gordon. I know Michael's giving him crap about the dad jokes, but I do love them early in the morning. That's for sure. All right, pop quiz, hot shots. Let's get into this real quick. I had a couple questions, TV trivia that we didn't get to yesterday. So I want to ask a few questions, see how sharp you are on this Wednesday morning. First question, who won Jeopardy in 2004 and took home $2.5 million? It should be an easy one. See who's quickest to type it out.
We need the Jeopardy music.
No, I know. I usually have that too. Still waiting to get that uploaded. I have a lot of files that I'm trying to work on.
Yeah.
What you don't hear is my Dragnet remix.
Do what?
I got to drag this thing. Wait, you can't hear it right now, but I'll show you. This thing is dope.
Hey.
Now, this was a show way before your time, Matt, way before my time. It was called Dragnet. They did make a movie of it starring Tom Hanks and Dan Aykroyd back in the late 80s.
Okay.
You're kind of correct, Melissa. Kinda. It's the Ken guy. But that's not the full answer. It's crazy thinking back at the Dragnet movie with Tom Hanks and Dan Aykroyd is that the plot line was some sort of like they were going against the Illuminati in a way. It's very weird. Yeah.
They were trying to tell us. Keep your third eye open.
Pretty much. All right. Let me ask you guys real quick. Should I play Power Man's 5000 When Worlds Collide or Rise Against Savior?
Power Man 5000.
I'm asking you guys, not Matt.
Whoa.
But you would vote for Power Man?
Yes.
Okay. I like that.
There was a snowboarding game back in the day, and I think that was like the headline of the game. I forget what it was, but it was like whatever popular snowboarder of the 2000s. But that's what that song makes me think of. Good pump up song.
Right. You don't talk to. Okay. I'm training you on the stream. All right. Don't talk too soft. You're making me too relaxed. I need to amp you up. Bring me in that hype, Matt.
650. All right.
I know. Fake it till you make it. All right. So yesterday there was a big announcement as far as the title sponsor for the Arizona Bowl. It's huge. It's Barstool Sports. Barstool Sports. You guys should know Dave Portnoy. Is that how you say his name? Portnoy?
Yeah.
And he's a big pizza dude, which I don't know if he'll be thrilled about this town.
We got some solid pizza spots here.
Okay, name 3.
NYPD.
Where's NYPD?
Tanque Verde. Take that.
Okay, well, I don't go that far east.
Well, you should.
I don't want to get robbed.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Anyway, well, NYPD on Tanque Verde, solid, probably best in town. You can throw Empire in there. I mean, their crust can be a little dry.
Empire's good, yeah.
And a third one, you can go to Rocco's if you want to switch it up and get deep dish.
Well, I'm glad that you said Rocco's. All right, I'm glad that was your third.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, there's an NYPD up north, so I know that. Dave says Pizza Luna.
They're all right.
Yes, Ken Jennings is the answer. And that's right, Michael Bell. In the form of a Jeopardy question, who is Ken Jennings? All right, next trivia question. Pop quiz, hot shots. When did the children's show Sesame Street first start airing on PBS? Do you know this off the top of your head? Now, you can Google it, but just let me know if you Googled it. Zona 78 sounds like a brewery. I don't know if that's going to be great pizza. I'm a pizza snob. I've been to Mario's. It was okay.
Mario's was good when I first came out here, like 2001 Mario's. That was solid pizza.
Right. Nick says 1967 for Sesame Street. So does Joseph. Both of you guys are wrong. 1970 is incorrect. Melissa said 1971. And then Michael Bell, totally not Googling, says November 10th, 1969.
He knew that off top of his head.
Yeah, man.
You don't trust that?
Yeah. He said, Googled it because I'm 37. There you go. Fair enough. All right. So, yes, 1969. That's how long Sesame Street's been around. All right. Pop quiz, hot shots. Let's do another one. Which famous TV series featured a reference or picture of Superman in every episode? Now, this might have not been known. It's kind of like an Easter egg, but if you look at every episode of this famous TV series, you will see either a picture of Superman or a reference to Superman, or sometimes both. Oh, look at that. These guys know it.
Oh, what is it?
Quick. Joseph was the first to respond on YouTube, said Seinfeld.
Really?
Yeah, Rick was the first on Facebook, but with a typo, so I don't count it. And then Eric was the first one to spell it correctly.
The typo? That's how you're judging them?
That's how I play, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is why I'm 1-2.
Is that why?
I heard that yesterday. I was like, I'm 2-1, thank you. One sudden death.
Did you win sudden death?
Yeah,
there was controversy around it.
Over the beef being a topping. Yeah.
You know, I did have a guy on Facebook troll about that very topic.
What did he say?
I'll pull it up. So this was, I posted. I don't think the clip had any relevance to the taco topping.
He just had it on his heart, weighing heavy.
Uh huh. Yeah, pretty much.
Love to hear his take.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a hard time convincing you otherwise.
Oh, Dean's still looking for us. Dean's forgetting that we stream on the KFMA page. Oh, screaming Dean. I'm going to share this. Oh, someone just said I suck. Right on.
On the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's just Rick.
Oh.
It's just Rick. Don't mind Rick. Rick is a personal hater. I pay him $20 a month just to insult me. Keep me on my toes.
Hey. Oh.
All right, minute 15. All right, I'm going to pull this up here. Got to find it. We're going to play some Slipknot today, of course. I'm going to squeeze that in. I'm basically, going outside of the playlist to throw in some Slipknot. And I might get in trouble, but at the same time, I don't even know if my bosses are listening anymore. I think they gave up on listening. I'm left to my own devices. I'm like, which I enjoy, but I'm like, be careful what you wish for.
Let the prisoners run the asylum.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So it was the YouTube clip I posted of the last word of Lance versus Bo Awesome, right?
Okay.
And so it had nothing to do with you and Todd.
Yeah.
But yeah, James jumped in and was arguing about black beans could still be a taco topping, and said a couple things. I'll share that here in a second.
No
gotta
one
get
said
back
black-
on the air.
All right. Have to go on.
Yeah, hold that thought. Rock 102.1 KFMA, welcome back to the show. In case you missed it, there was a huge announcement made yesterday for Tucson. And I say huge, I'm not exaggerating. It's not an overstatement by any means, but Barstool Sports is the new title sponsor of the Arizona Bowl, which again is ginormous. So congratulations to Tucson for that. Now, why is this huge? Well, a national brand or even a global brand like Barstool Sports being associated with a bowl game is going to get some attention, right?
Yeah.
So they're bringing that attention here to Tucson. If you're not familiar with Barstool Sports is basically a men's website. They're a multimedia company. They do everything, right? It started off as a website, and then they got into podcasting, video content, even streaming their own network of sorts. And they're doing that with this bowl game. So with them sponsoring the Arizona Bowl, it's not just for this 1 year, it's a multi-year deal. And with that, they have exclusive broadcasting rights, meaning that the game will only air on Barstool Sports channels on New Year's Eve day, with Barstool personalities fully immersed in the broadcast. So essentially, they're making it their bowl game top to bottom. And
so
when
dope.
Barstools is attempting to do this, they want to make it as entertaining as possible and really push their brand. And their brand is like the guys' brand. Get a little raunchy, have a little fun. And it gets me excited that this could be maybe not the biggest bowl game of the bowl season, but it could very well be the coolest and the most entertaining.
Yeah.
Hands down. So, and with that, okay, it's a true partnership, but with that, they're going to be partying in Tucson the entire week leading up to the bowl game. All right. So it's not just showing up, messing around during a game, and then taking off.
Wait, you telling me that Tucson has its own Mardi Gras now?
In a way, Barstool looked at this opportunity as like, well, we want to get into the bowl game business, which is big business and good business to have,
right.
Good branding and everything else. But especially with them streaming the game, then they could probably make even more money off it, or at least break even. But with that aspect of it, they wanted to pick a bowl game that essentially did not have any tradition or strings attached to it as to what it could not do. They needed a bowl game that was like a clean slate. Can we come in and just basically wreck shop and do what we want to do, what we feel like would be the best way to celebrate college football, and throw this massive party and make our bowl game essentially like a Super Bowl. They want to make it that massive. And that, again, is just big news for people who like having a great time in this town. So they said in a statement that they plan on giving the Arizona Bowl the full Barstool treatment, and the entire week will be festivities leading up to the game and this one unique and anticipated bowls in the country, while maintaining the integrity of the game and raising a ton of money for charity. So
a big look for the city. Like Tucson definitely can use this, needed this. I'm excited about the sports culture that's growing in Tucson.
Sports culture? Well, I know that you mess around on ESPN Tucson in the afternoons. What do you mean sports culture?
What I mean by sports culture, especially in Tucson, like our identity was like just solely based on what the Wildcats were doing, which is great. That's we're a college town. Right?
Bear down.
Exactly. But between the Sugar Skulls, the Road Runners, even the small basketball team that we have here, Tucson Buckets, and then with Barstool being part of the Arizona Bowl, is such a dope idea. are such a dope move, just that bring all these sports and how they're coming up in Tucson. It's just we don't have to know. We no longer have to rely on the University of Arizona to have a sports team, be sports fans, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Along a little bit along the lines. I mean, it's still a college bowl game and stuff. And of course, I'm sure even the Wildcats fans would not mind Arizona being in the Barstool Sports Bowl. So, we'll see. We'll see as we lead into it. Of course, the bowl game is going to be on New Year's Eve, so you don't have to wait that much longer. Only about 6 months away or 5 months away. And when that happens, get ready for a full week of parties. And this is leading up to New Year's Eve. So, I mean, honestly, you just think about how we party on New Year's Eve. Now, multiply that by 6 or 7. You have a full rage week to get nutty in this town. And this is great news for businesses along 4th and Congress and anywhere close to the stadium. And hell, it's just good news for the entire city as a whole. And pizza parlors, because I'm sure Barstool will be coming out, testing all of our pizza and putting it on a national platform. Hopefully, you pizzerias step up and be ready to represent.
I was about to say, Brooklyn step up, Empire step up. They're coming for you.
They're coming for you. You better not give them that whack ass plastic pizza. They will roast it, as will I. Coming up next, we got 2 dirty hippies in Hollywood just breeding and telling people that they don't like to bathe, and they're beautiful. Breeding. It's very surprising. I'll share you that story next on Beef Vegan Presents. Clear.
Cool. I'm excited about this. This is dope. I mean, just Tucson getting that little shot of energy from Barstool.
Oh, yeah. I need to give you a Barstool shot.
What are you talking about? I got energy.
Yeah?
This is at this point, this is just personality now. I am the Boomhauer of your cast.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I needed a Boomhauer in the cast, that's for sure. And it is a large cast. The characters. I think we're at 12 right now.
Right.
Let's see. I'll roll call these characters. Okay, got you.
Okay.
Mari, Emil, Todd, D-Rock. That's 5 right there. Starting over the new hand. Aaron, Lance, Drum. That's 8. I already counted you. Let's see. Powers. Can't forget about Powers.
Nah.
Spears.
There you go. See, now there's about 7 high energy people that we just named off.
To be honest with you, Powers isn't that high energy when he's on the air. He's actually surprisingly chill. I thought,
Okay, well, now he's in my group.
Yeah, no. He's not that chill.
I was gonna say never been huge in astrology, but they say I got the Libra scales, so I gotta balance all of this out. So that's what I'm here for, Beef.
Okay,
you know,
that's what it is. Okay, well, let me ask you guys this: have you ever seen a burglar get attacked by an 18-inch double-sided dildo? Yo, have you?
I haven't.
All right, let me ask you this follow-up question: do you want to?
See, that's even a harder question.
It's not a hard question if you really think about it. The answer is yes, you do. And I want to show it to you guys here on the stream. This is a knife-wielding robber in Russia. You don't mess around in Russia.
No.
And so he was attempting to steal, money at a sex shop. But if you look around a sex shop, everything is a weapon. Could be used as a weapon. And this lady has this huge double-sided 18-inch dilly, and look what happens next.
Let's see.
Okay.
The music.
Hold on, there's a commercial.
Oh, that was the music.
Don't worry about the commercial. Ooh. See, that's a yawn. I knew you weren't energetic. Look at you. Okay, here. All right, let's watch this. Bam! Come back here. He runs, and rightfully so. I'm glad he did run. She's come.
Wow.
It's the best.
It only raises more questions. Why is that open behind her desk? What is happening when there's no customers?
Oh no, it was on the. It was on.
Is this a sex shop?
Yeah, this is a sex shop.
Okay. Because
That's what I'm saying. You can't. Everything in the sex shop is considered a weapon, so you got to be careful.
seriously,
Right.
You know, she could have cuffed him and did. Wow. See, the mind is racing. What could she have done if she really wanted to?
Oh, if she caught him,
Yeah.
beat him down.
Who robs a sex shop? Like,
Hey.
you really think there's like money to be like?
Absolutely.
Yeah. No real money, right?
No, it depends. What do you consider real money? All right, let's get back to this streamer, dude. So this guy who's debating me about tacos, good times on that. I had a couple interesting. It was yesterday was a mixing highs and lows.
Yeah.
Like I was getting, I was putting together clips of yesterday's show and the day before on YouTube, and I thought I came across some good clips and shared them. I did one clickbait post where I titled it, "Did the baby get canceled?" Right? Because we did the cancel court, right? And so
that was weak as hell too.
Oh, the cancel court?
Yeah, I mean, no, not the cancel court, but just everybody getting on the baby about what he said. Like, I mean, if you've been to rap shows, I mean,
it's standard, but at the same time, it's times have changed. It was a weird moment. It was a weird look for him to just start flexing on that in the middle of the concert. It's like, and he's like, "No, man, there was a dude in a tank top, a cut off tank top in the front row." Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden you start thinking about guys blowing other guys. What's that say about you, man? That's the point. Right. All of a sudden.
It was a little strange. But
we're not talking about that though. Let's get into we got
Beans guy.
Yeah. So I posted that video and some chick on YouTube posted a comment saying cringe. And so I heard that because I'm like, good. I'm glad you cringed at that. There was another comment though on YouTube I'll share that was even more baffling.
Yeah.
But first we'll talk about this guy, James. So I posted this, last word clip because I like to post the game clips on social media. You guys probably seen that on YouTube at the Beefing and Presents page. And so this was the last word between Big Bo Awesome and Lance Fairchild. It wasn't the last word with Matt and Todd where there was controversy over taco toppings. But James did not let that go to slip to the side. He's still mad that we didn't consider beans a topping on tacos. So he wrote that beans could be we put black beans on tacos occasionally.
Occasionally. You see, that's the key word.
Is that a key word?
Yeah, because it's like it's not when you think of lettuce, you're like, okay, absolutely. You don't occasionally put that. I mean, maybe you have your preferences of like, no lettuce, thank you. But occasionally, that means like, oh, you know what might sound good? Some beans. I usually have them on the side, but today I'll put them on top of my taco. So yeah, that's why it wasn't added as a normal taco topping.
Right.
This is something that you could get at Chipotle if you asked for it. They don't ask you, do you want beans on top of your taco? So we're saying taco toppings that are normal.
Right. So. He said beans. Oh, I see. This isn't in order that he said it. But oh yeah, he's like, he said stuff like, what if it's a vegetarian taco and you top it with meat? Because I said, because the protein is the type of taco you get. Carne asada taco, chicken taco, carnitas tacos. So, I said, I agree about beans being a topping. You could use that, yes, but meat cannot. And then he's like, why not? And he posted some kind of GIF. And then, so then I explained it to him. And then he's like, what if it's a vegetarian taco and you top it with meat?
Okay.
And I'm like,
it's no longer a vegetarian taco.
Right. I said, now you're cooking with crazy.
Yeah.
Little GIF. And then he went on to say, okay, breakfast tacos, filling his egg, and you top it with bacon or sausage. And then so no, next argument, please. And I said, I give up. I'm not fucking with this. Yeah. You're out of your mind. James.
I mean, obviously he realized what he was saying was ridiculous. That's why he went off the deep end like that, which is all good because that's what we like here at Beef Vegan Presents is ridiculousness. So, but yeah, beans, taco topping.
Yes.
That was last week's discussion. Bring it up this week just to tell you that is a no.
Yeah.
Get up out of here. I won. I'm 2-1 now. So it's just.
All right. And then this other comment I got was, It's on point. This chick, she's mad.
Let's bring all the smoke. Why are you mad?
Right. So she commented on the Facebook page, and apparently she was an old listener of mine, but she got the dial wrong. And it was Sharon. She said, "Really? Relationship BS? I listened to you on 93.1 in Phoenix and really enjoyed your show. I like the info about the local music scene and your take on sports, etc. Tucson must be slow in those areas if you talk about your relationship and talk to people like Stripper Robin. What happened to your show?" And I'm like, whoa, first off, the show's not even 3 weeks old yet. You know, I'm finding my footing and everything. And, you know, we'll get to all that, all the things that you liked and more. Secondly, the good news is it sounds like everything that you liked about my show in Phoenix was me.
Right.
So just trust the process and the content will follow. And why are you bagging on Stripper Robin, man? She's had a hard enough life. It's just like, you know, she doesn't deserve getting shit on even more than life is shit on her.
Plus, we try to tell the stories that people could relate to. All, you know, not everybody's a sports fan, or not everybody likes local music. You know, some people need relationship advice from us.
Yes. All right, got to wrap things up because we got this dirty hippie segment here.
Dirty hippies. See, I tell you, wake up. Just got a few more yawns.
All right. Well, now we got to work on word economy.
Listen, man, you told
I'll
me
explain that and say,
hard.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents, hanging out with my good friend Matt Mann. And let's talk about these dirty hippies here because this has got the internet ablaze. There was an interview with Mia Kunis and Ashton Kutcher on their good buddy Dak Shepard's podcast. You know, everyone has a podcast. Dak Shepard's been doing his podcast for quite some time, talking about his opioid addiction and cheating on his wife. And, it's so entertaining. Anyways, he was talking to Mia and Kunis, and Mia and Ashton, and they let it be known that they don't believe in bathing their kids at all. In fact, actually, they say they only wash them when they see dirt, which is gross to begin with. But it doesn't stop there. I do have a clip. Like, check this out. Hear what they're saying here.
I don't wash my body with soap every day, but I wash pits and holes. I wash my armpits, my crotch daily, and nothing else ever. I got a Bara Lever 2000. There we go. Just delivers every time.
So, do you agree or disagree with this type of grooming technique, Matt?
Well, you know, I did hear that soap does rob your body of the natural oils.
Hippies do say that, and they're right to a certain extent. Natural oils, and then they'll also say that it weakens your immune system. They say if you have all these germs, all these microbes on you, then your body's constantly fighting off all those germs, and it's making your immune system strong. That's still kind of gross, and you know these are obviously two of the world's hottest people, but I feel like their sex smells stink.
Well, you know, they said they cleaned their genitalia, so
yeah, you have to once you put, you know, that out in the universe. I don't bathe ever. I mean, I wash holes and stuff. Hold on, and here's the reason why Mia Kunis doesn't wash her kids. It's because of her upbringing, she says.
I didn't have hot water growing up as a child, so I didn't shower very much anyway. But when I had children, I also didn't wash them every day. Like, I wasn't the parent that bathed my newborns ever. That's how we feel about our children. We're like, oof, something smells. And we're like, oh,
if you can see the dirt on them, clean them. Otherwise, there's no point.
I mean,
you mean what? You got a hot take on that?
I'm just thinking it's like because a baby's immune system isn't that high, so if they're constantly dirty, wouldn't it be, you know, more risk for them to get like sick and have infections and stuff like that?
Possibly. I mean, yeah, babies need to be washed, and then toddlers are just gross. They're crawling around and stuff all day, every day. So, you know, and she even said her kids smell, and that's the only problem. Like, I never wanted as a father to raise the smelly kid in school, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was my goal, to not raise the smelly kid. And, you know, I'm proud to say that I actually do not have a smelly kid. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, she cleans up after herself nicely. As far as soap techniques and stuff, I don't know. I just know she doesn't smell and I was a single dad, so I'm taking full credit on that. And so she would go to school looking like she was clean and taken care of.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's what's important.
right? But Mia Kunis and Ashton Kutcher's kids are going to be the smelly kids in school, and hey, it will help them build up character and personality while they're being picked on and giving swirlies and all that good stuff. So good for them. All right, when we return, I'm going to tell you this because we got the score report coming up at 7, but there is a notorious Hollywood playboy who's being outed for being bad in bed. And I just want to tell you a little bit about that because it ties in with the score report. We're going to see if this A-list celebrity is better or worse in bed than Aaron from our show. You'll be surprised at the results next on Beef Vegan Presents. Clear. Yeah. You see the picture on that too? Even Julianne Huff? I think it's Huff.
Huff.
Anyways. I got to hit that reset here. It does help build the immune system. That's what they say.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mike says he's a dirty hippie because he doesn't wash as well. Okay, and yeah,
David, what up?
Who you saying what up to?
David. Showing everybody saying what's up. What's going on, Rick? I think you already said what's up to all these people.
I did.
I just wanted to say hi myself.
Well, that's very kind of you.
I try.
Yeah, like Big Daddy. Okay, yeah, they got the smelly kid.
Mike, so the youngest kid, I guess step kid, he just sweats, so it's like, even with, just, he has that stinky kid aroma. So it's like, you could shower all you like, but when it gets to middle of the day, you just sweating because you just have huge pores or something.
Right.
Like, you just got that, like, just normal smelly 9-year-old aroma.
Mhm.
Like, what do? Do you spray cologne on that child, or do you just like bathe every time you sweat? So I'm with Ashton Kutcher, and then like, if you can't see it, do you clean it? Because then it's just like, I got you in the shower constantly.
Right.
Like,
I don't know. I mean, I think it's good habits to bathe to a certain extent. Once a day. What's a little water? And like, if you do, I understand not putting soap all over your entire body if that's the case.
right.
But like, shower it off. And some people just naturally smell, so
Yeah.
it would help them.
What is your rules? Is like, as far as, do you shower morning before?
I shower at night.
Oh, just at night? Okay.
Yeah, I shower every night. I mean, sometimes I'll skip a night for sure, but for the most part, I'm showering and I wash all my parts. I man shower, so I'm not like getting all the germs off my body all the time, but I pride myself in not smelling, so I got that going for me.
Right.
You consider me a smelly dude? Have you ever been like, beef
Nah.
smells?
Nah,
Exactly.
like, come on.
Exactly. And if you got super close, you'd be like, beef smells good.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the case. All right, let's hit the reset. We got more coming up. Talk amongst yourselves. The score report's at 7, and that's what I'm getting ready right now here. Hey, Matt, you want to know something wild?
What's up?
If you go on a cruise or something or on vacation and you wear something that's like a pineapple print, people are going to think you're a swinger.
Really?
Yeah, this is a thing that's going viral on TikTok right now. It's crazy. And it's crazy because I just came back from Hawaii and I have swim shorts that
With pineapples on.
that had pineapples on them because I was in Hawaii. Now,
Yes.
I didn't understand why people were being so nice to me, but this happened to a couple who went on a cruise, and this guy kept having all these like really weird, uncomfortably nice moments and scenarios and interactions with people because he was wearing a pineapple bathing suit. And he found out later when one of the couples actually tried to make the move. Like it's like the red light, apparently, when you're on these kind of cruises, that if you're wearing a pineapple print, a bathing suit, like bikini or bathing suit for guys, that essentially is the invitation to say, ask me about my swing, basically. Yeah. And now you know. I mean, I've
You
heard.
don't know how you know.
Remember the code. I mean, you need to know this sometimes, right?
Right,
Because
right.
you're just like, whoa. But yeah, like I remember the urban myth or legend that like tapping your foot in a bathroom is like an invitation to get it on with somebody.
Huh? What a weird place to invite.
That's
somebody.
that's a trucker stop mentality. It's for
Okay.
dudes to get with dudes. If you tap your foot, you're pretty much saying, hey, what's up?
Oh,
So make sure that if you have to go to the bathroom on a road trip,
don't
not to
your
have
foot.
restless legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things are gonna be stiff, boy.
Mhm.
Only thing. That's crazy because now all I could picture is Boat Trip, the Cuba Gooding Jr. movie.
Yeah, he was wearing pineapples, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
Now it's just like, huh?
Does it make sense?
It all makes sense.
Exactly. We got more Beef Vegan Presents. 2 minutes until we're back on the air. Stick around and chat amongst yourselves. Isn't that great? He's give me that popsicle. I'll show that on my Instagram. That was hilarious. All right, here we go. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. You know, in about 10 minutes, we're going to be doing the score report with Aaron. And the whole idea of the score report is to know what your true number in bed is on a scale of 1 to 10. Like, how good are you really? And in a case of casual hookups, well, there's some tea going around the interwebs here, a little gossip about a Hollywood A-lister who may not be good at all and actually probably terrible. And his name is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Not the wolf.
Yes, the wolf of Wall Street himself doesn't know how to put it down. Now, this is weird because if you know, Leonardo DiCaprio is notorious pee hound. In fact, actually, there's graphs to show that he gets older and his girlfriends stay the same age. And when they turn like 23, he usually trades them in for a younger model. They never are over the age of 25, I believe. And we've seen this graph before. This is fact. Like, he does not date girls over a certain age. And maybe now we know why. Maybe because the younger ones might not be as experienced, even though that's hard to believe considering the level of talent that DiCaprio is pulling. But, you know, if they're that young and kind of inexperienced, then if you're giving them the trash D, they might not know it. You're right. So,
Right.
so the reason why this is even being brought up is because actress Julianne Hough's teen niece, sorry, I shouldn't pause after that, went on TikTok and now since deleted video and said, she basically spilled the tea and said apparently he's not good in bed. And that she's not lying. You can look it up. But this backstory, as far as Leonardo DiCaprio and Julianne Hough hooking up, is a real thing. It happened during Coachella a few years back. They were hanging out in the VIP section and they were getting cozy, and everyone could tell that they were vibing. They were vibing very hard. And DiCaprio, when he shoots, he scores. That's just how it is.
Right.
So they saw him taking a shot. They knew what the results were going to be, and it did actually happen. But the problem was when he did hook up with Julianne, he was terrible in bed, so much so that they love giggling about it on Girls' Night drinking wine. It's harsh. And DiCaprio definitely has a specific type of girl, and Julianne Hough fits that bill. Now, the thing that makes it even worse is this notorious P-hound should be better in bed considering his obsession with being in bed with beautiful women.
You would think, right?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Now, he was infamously a member of the P Posse, which is a group of young D-bag up-and-coming stars in the 90s, which included Tobey Maguire.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, can you imagine that guy doing it? I don't see him.
I just see him always about to cry. Like, that's what I think of Tobey Maguire.
That's his move. He likes to cry during it. It's awesome. I'm shooting tears out of everywhere.
All
right. Lucas Haas, if you remember him, he was hot for a quick minute. And Kevin Connolly, or E from Entourage. Those are the four dudes that literally like had a competition of who can bed the most women. But apparently it was just a numbers game. They didn't want to be a perfect 10 in bed. They just wanted to get with a bunch of women times 10 in bed. So I guess if you rack up a bunch of ones, your high score will be 100 eventually, right?
I mean, I guess so. But see, stories like this always make me, you know, a little skeptic. Like, you know, like, is she bitter? Or is she like, because I mean, this is the only claim, like how nobody else has came out and said, you know what, DiCaprio's trash.
It's not the only claim that we know of. If we asked around to the past, I'm sure a lot of them would possibly say the same thing, you know, and I don't think she's bitter. I think she's just gossiping, and she knew what she's getting into. No one thinks they're going to marry Leonardo DiCaprio when they're hooking up with Leonardo DiCaprio. He's essentially this generation's Jack Nicholson. He is the Bachelor, and Jack Nicholson has a reputation of being terrible in bed too. So, you know, if you can't bed well, bet them all. And I guess that's the advice that we're gonna walk away with today. Yeah. Coming up next, we got the score report. Aaron is a super nice guy. Are nice guys good in bed? We'll find out next. Clear. All right. What do you think, guys, streamers? Do you think Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't know how to put it down? You think it's feasible? It's possible?
So
Eric says yes, we are good in bed. All of us. Good for you guys.
Julianne Hough is
it's Hough. It's Hough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she a model or what does she know?
She's an actress. And in fact, actually, I was gonna pull her up.
She's doing a spin class. Shout out to her.
She's gorgeous. Yeah, especially in certain pictures. Okay, so here is, this is not the sexiest picture. I'm going to show you. This is her with her niece. This is her niece that posted the TikTok video, actually spilling the tea. Yeah, and Latasha says Leo's too selfish to give a fuck what happens for the women, and that's possibly right.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Good morning, Big Daddy Tucson. David thinks that Leo lays pipe. I don't know. Laura refuses to believe it because it will ruin Titanic for her.
Going back to the Wolf of Wall Street, I just remember when she was like, "That's all you're gonna get, Jordy. I'm out of here." Now that's burnt into my brain. Like, is that really what it's like?
No, if he's acting.
I know, I get his acting, but did that come from a real place? You know?
Yeah, from Jordan Belfort's autobiography. That's the real place it came from. Funny story about the Wolf of Wall Street, the real life Wolf of Wall Street. I had Tommy Chong in studio one morning a few years back, and it was before the Wolf of Wall Street came out. In fact, the book came out. Just before the book came out. I know this, and I remember this because, which was fantastic. Tommy was talking about his stint in prison. If you remember, he was arrested for selling bongs, and he had to go to one of those medium security prisons for rich people. And he loved it. In fact, he wished he'd go back. He said that straight up, which I always thought was funny. But his cellmate in there was none other than the Wolf of Wall Street. And Jordan's telling Tommy his story of got him in prison, as guys in prison do. It's story time all the time.
Yeah.
And Tommy was like, "Hey, man, you should write a book, man." Jordan was like, "That's a good idea." And he did. And that book is a movie, and that movie is The Wolf of Wall Street. And we would not have The Wolf of Wall Street possibly if it wasn't for Tommy Chong.
Shout out to Tommy Chong, another contribution to pop culture.
You shout him out now like he's watching the stream?
You never know who's watching.
That's true.
You know.
Thanks for watching, Tommy.
Yeah.
Now go back to bed, buddy. You want a funny Tommy Chong story? Because I got one of those too.
Yeah, let me hear it.
So I got a couple, because that was a very monumental day in my life. I'll never forget meeting an icon like Tommy Chong and having him in my house for over 2 hours. So when he came on the show, it was supposed to be just like a little interviews at the time would be like they are now. So like we're gonna have Bobby in studio on Friday. He's coming at 8. He'll leave at 9. So we'll have a long form conversation, like podcasts. And this is before podcasts were a thing, but this is how we would I had a lot to ask Tommy Chong. So, and he was in no rush. He's getting stoned and he's hanging out, and he hung out till after. So I actually had to rush out the door when I was reminded that I had to go to my daughter's school to have lunch with her and her teacher and principal and everything. And that's another story altogether. But Tommy's at my house, conversating 2.5 hours, right? 2.5 hours. I'm doing him, having a good time, getting stoned with Tommy Chong, bucket list shit. So later on that night, I go to see him perform because he is performing at the Tim. That's he's promoting that, and he's just telling stories and whatnot. So I go to his show later on that night, and I see him in the lobby. Everyone's seated in the room, and before the show starts, or before he goes on, he's out in the lobby, and I got to actually run into him, and I'm like, "Hey, Tommy, what's going on?" He's like, "Hey, man." And so you could tell it's one of those moments where you're like, "Whoa, this guy doesn't remember me." Like, he's looking at me, like, not a clue. Like, the lights are on, but nobody's home. He has no idea who I am, and he was just hanging out with me that morning, like 8 hours prior, for 2.5 hours.
Right.
And I'm like, "Hey, it's beef." And he's like, "Beef," like waiting for me to fill in the blanks. And I'm like, "You were at my house this morning for like 2 hours, Tommy?" Dear Lord. And I'm like, that was my moment where I'm like, man, marijuana does affect memory. I thought that was just a Dave Chappelle joke, but
he was out of there.
He was out.
Blitz.
Oh man. Yeah. And of course he was high then, but still, I'm like, how do you forget earlier that day? And for like, how many beefs do you meet? To where, you know, like it was one of those situations where I'm beef and it's beef. Like I got to give you my last name, really? Beef.
He needs the whole thing, you know, otherwise it's not real.
Yes. I pushing the speaker wires ain't gonna do anything. Tommy has done more for weed, and this was before his colon cancer and him taking CBD, like all that stuff. The stories told was fantastic. He had a necklace that he wore that turned into a pipe. So when he wanted to get high, he just fastened his necklace and then fashioned it into a pipe. Took a couple, boom, smoked a blunt with it.
Wow.
Yeah, and so then it goes on to it goes on to me getting stoned with Tommy Chong, which again was a bucket list thing. My girlfriend at the time, after the show, we're still just bullshitting because we're all stoned and we're sitting around. The show's over. It's like 25 minutes after the show. Hang around, and my girlfriend comes up to me. She's like, "Remember, you got to go to your daughter's school, right? Teacher and principal, and the superintendent was there too." And I'm like, "Oh no!" And I'm high, right?
Oh man,
I am blazed. I'm like, "Oh shit!" Immediately, I start getting paranoid. So I'm like, "Okay, I got to go." So I go to the school. And I sit down in the cafeteria. Now, the problem with these elementary school tables and cafeteria is that they're very narrow, right? They're about like a foot and a half wide. So when you're sitting across from somebody, you're like face to face with them. You're almost touching noses.
Right, yeah.
So I'm sitting with my daughter next to me, and directly across from me, no joke, okay? Directly across from me is my daughter's kindergarten teacher.
Okay.
This is when she was in kindergarten, right?
Yeah.
Next to her left is the principal of the school.
Oh man.
And to her right is the superintendent of the entire district.
So here you are, the super pop.
Single blows out of my mind.
Oh,
paranoid to all hell, and sitting less than a foot and a half face to face away from three people that can literally ruin my life right now. You know, in this moment,
into your soul right now too.
100%. And in the background, we had two guys doing some old folksy country music. I was freaked out, and this entire time I'm completely paranoid about this, obviously. And in my head, I'm thinking, if they accuse me of being high, blame it on Tommy Chong. Like, just say, you don't understand. I was just with Tommy Chong. And I felt like that was my best defense for being a garbage dad. Was like, no, I normally would not be high, but I had Tommy Chong at us. So I had to get high. I think any court, any judge in any court throughout this nation.
Be like, okay, you know, it's Tommy. We've seen the movies.
Right.
I mean, it's not a bad argument. It's a risky one, but it's not bad.
Yeah. Well, this glitch. Okay. Well, I guess I don't understand what the glitch is, but yeah, case dismissed. That's what I thought too. But yeah, luckily, I somehow was able to pull my shit together and did not get busted. I don't know how. They weren't hip enough to know how blazed I really was, but I was high.
I'm sure when you have to meet with like a whole classroom of children and their parents, you're just like, listen.
Well, it wasn't even a whole classroom.
Oh, yeah. Really?
No, it wasn't at all.
Oh man. Even worse.
Yeah, no, I'm just sitting in the cafeteria across from three. And
I mean, are you the only interview that day? I guess
it wasn't an interview. No, it was just like a come hang and have lunch with us kind of thing. And it wasn't just me. There was other parents. Yeah. I just happened to be so unlucky at the time, being that friggin' high, that I'm sitting directly across from those three people. Right. I could have been the dad on the very end of the table, but I didn't get that seat. And I sat down first, and they decided to all sit down across from me. Maybe they did know I was high.
Yeah, they knew something.
Right.
Like, oh, man.
So,
Well, nothing weird happened after that. No letters home or anything.
No, man. I still have my daughter. I still have full custody. Everything's good. So, you know, that part is fine. I'm happy about it, and I did not get in trouble. That's the biggest thing. Did not get in trouble whatsoever. And I pulled it off somehow. I don't know how. I have no clue as to how I pulled that off. And I was terrified the entire time that I was going to get found out. And it was just weird. It was one of those like movie moments where your life's like a movie where you're like, oh, this isn't really happening. This isn't real life.
Right.
This isn't reality. It was my reality, and it was the longest lunch of my lifetime. I'm like, oh.
That sounds terrifying.
Yes.
And just being high with folk music sounds terrifying. So to do that in front of like 3 power people that could ruin your life, pull one out, Beef. I don't know if I could have.
Well, you know, it's one of those moments where it's sink or swim.
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm Michael Phelps, my friend.
There you go.
All right, so we got score report coming up here. Gotta just type this up. All right, I got about 2 minutes before we do that. And let's see. Okay, I'm all situated. Bam. All right. More like Katie Lettuce. What does that mean? Lettucey? Oh, check out this though. I got a quick editing motion I just figured out yesterday. I was looking at videos on how to work the StreamYard better. So bam. Got Matt Man, camera 1. Yeah, I need to get better lighting though. With your hat forward and everything, it's with the shading.
Yeah.
You look like a masked man.
Let's see if Grace's hat up a little bit.
Part of it is its location, dude. It just seems darker. We're in the same room. It doesn't look like it though.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it just seems.
Let's see. I flip my hat backwards.
Yeah, I don't know if I was to be like, oh no, you don't understand. I was smoking with my buddy Eric. I don't know if that's the same defense that would get me off or get CPS off my back. But I was prepared to talk to CPS and be like, no, Tommy Chong, here's a picture of me and Tommy. Here's what I do. And if they say, can you show us a pay stub? I'm like, I don't get paid, so I can't. But I do hang out with like icons in the morning and get high with them. It's all part of the gig. All right, let's do the score report.
They probably realized that weed is harmless. It's not like you're.
No, it was again.
Wild.
This is a decade ago, dude. This is 10
Right.
years ago, so they didn't think about. Then there was still stigma.
Yeah.
All right. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Wednesday morning, and every Wednesday morning, I love to do this feature called the Score Report because I came up with a theory. How good in bed are you really, and how can you really know? Well, there's only one way. Ask someone you hooked up with to score you on a scale of 1 to 10. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Score Report.
And then we started hooking up.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Someone tell me how to feel.
And there's our young Romeo now, and whoa, he has scored.
Beef Vegan presents the Score Report.
With me is my very reluctant guest, Aaron. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning. I was actually going to say this is my least favorite time of the week.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he was reluctant, and it wasn't easy to track down somebody that Aaron hooked up with in the past because he's been in a relationship for quite some time. But luckily, college was a great experience for everybody. And you went to U of A, right?
I did. So I had a great time over there. And yeah, there might have been a couple before my serious relationship back then.
I would hope so. Everybody needs to learn their, stroke basically.
That's right.
In college. If you learn anything besides whatever you're majoring for, it's how to become a better lover. I would hope that's your
true.
takeaway. So we tracked down Katie. Tell me a little bit about Katie. What happened and how did you hook up with Katie?
Katie was a mutual friend of mine.
Okay.
It was nothing serious back then, but after a few drinks at Opti Club at Hotel Congress, I don't know if you ever went to that back in the day. Yeah, things just kind of spiraled out of control and ended up in a little fling.
Oh, spiraled out of control. Okay. And would you say that it was a good experience? Do you feel good about your performance that night? And what about Katie's performance?
I'd say probably didn't have it as honed down as I do now, just because getting a little sloppy in college, but definitely a good time.
Oh.
And I'd hope she would say the same, but you never really know in those kind of short little flings.
Well, let's give Katie a call here.
Hello?
Hey, Katie, this is B. Fegan from B. Fegan Presents.
Hello?
When and how did you hook up with Aaron?
Well, we had a couple of friends that were in common in college, and we just I think we were out drinking one night.
Mm-hmm.
And just nothing crazy, just sort of started chatting, and there you go. That was it.
That was it. Okay. So it was just like a one night thing. Well, overall, before we break down a score, I mean, overall, would you say it was a fun night? The entire night as a whole was a good college night?
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Really nice night. Yeah.
What were some highlights that you may remember?
Oh man. Okay, so this is so awkward. Okay, so I was pretty surprised by his performance, if you will, because he was just such a nice guy,
I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, so it wasn't rough or I guess you would say carnal or anything like that.
Right.
But it was fun.
Okay.
It was fun.
Aaron likes to keep it fun. That's good.
Yeah. This is good so far.
He fun. Also he just made me laugh a lot the whole time, and he was cracking jokes during everything, and I don't know. For me, it kind of made me.
Gotta take the edge off a little bit.
Yes,
I gotta work on the stand up.
It made me feel more comfortable.
Right.
It added to our, I thought it added to the experience. So
okay, well that's nice. Yeah, so you're making her laugh during the act of doing it. So you're telling jokes.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? A nervous reaction on your part? What are you doing?
It could be. It could just be. Sometimes those situations get weirdly serious. I'm just not that serious of a guy. So sometimes just throw a couple jokes in there, lighten the mood a little bit. Yeah.
Do you knock jokes? Knock, and it's who's there? Be oh, no one at the front door. Check your back door.
Oh, that's a good one. Should have pulled that one.
Oh, geez.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I know you're a married woman with the kids and everything. I didn't mean to go that route with humor, but just making sure he didn't use that joke. Maybe he should have.
No.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is Aaron in bed?
Oh, I hate this part. Really?
This is the best part. I mean, honestly,
this part.
just throwing a number. This is going to be good. Yeah. How many exes do you have calling you asking this?
On the radio.
Yeah. Happens every Tuesday.
Okay. I am going to say I will give him a 7.
Oh, 7. That's a high number,
Yeah.
dude. All right.
I barely hit that now.
Okay. Yeah. She just raised the bar.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend's listening right now and be like, damn it, you give her a 7? You've been giving me a 4 this whole time?
Oh, man. Maybe.
All right. 7 again. Congratulations, Aaron. And real quick recap, Katie. Yeah, that was nice. I mean, some of the highlights as to why you gave him a 7 are?
Well, he was super nice. Totally was comfortable. Lots, I really enjoyed the humor. I guess maybe since it was college, I could have used a little more of the carnal aspect.
Yes.
For fun. That might have, notched up the score a little bit. But it was totally fun. I had a great time.
Well, there you have it. Aaron's score is a 7, showing that nice guys don't always finish last. They finish first. All right, that was one last sex joke. We got more Beef Thinking Presents coming up. Stick around. Clear. All right, there you have today's score report. What'd you think of Aaron's score report, everybody? Let me hear it. We're actually recording Matt's today as well, but I'm breaking it down differently because I'm learning as the score report's evolving. There's going to be different categories that I'm going to be asking for, so it's not just the overall score anymore. I'm going to be like, hey, how was this and how was that, and keep it all in the family-friendly entertainment here on Beef Vegan Presents. But are you nervous about your score report today, Matt?
No, I mean, I'm confident with my abilities.
The streamers know you are, my friend.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you've already claimed to give that Superman D. So yeah, it'd be exciting to see if the hype lives up to it. And we're gonna find out next Wednesday. But we are recording it today because I gotta censor it in case it gets a little too dirty. It's a segment too dangerous to do live.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a part of the score report as well, if you have a fling that you hooked up with that you know how to get in contact with, who you think won't mind us reaching out to and asking all these very personal questions, email me, beef@kfma.com, or, you can message me on here or through social media, whatever the case, because we want to kind of spread the love and get everybody their true rating. They need to know. In fact, and then you put it on your driver's license. So I'm a class D driver. I'm a score 7 in bed, and I got brown eyes. There you go. That's all the information you need, officer. Yeah. So she was being overly nice to him. Said, well, she seems like an overly nice person in general. She was super sweet, and of course, Aaron is very nice as well. So. And I just thought it was funny that he's joking the entire time. He's like, boob, Do you ever joke during it?
Do I?
Yeah.
No,
I take it seriously.
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, there's so many other words to use. Humor
is not one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. I do want to play this little dealio before. All right. So we're going to hit the reset here in just a moment, but I want to get my little liner in there before I break down our first ever cannabis-friendly hotel in Arizona. That's good news. Bad news is it's in Phoenix, but I do know this hotel well. And we'll break that down. We'll talk about it here next. Also, we're going to pay tribute to Joey Jordison of Slipknot. That's happening. All coming up on this segment brought to you by Farm Bureau. For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has been here for you, and there's still a phone call or email away. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it. All right. There you go. All right. Hitting that reset. And again, any other comments here? I am going to have to play. Well, I'm going to play the score report again in 9 for our FM listeners, because you got to repeat that kind of stuff. So any feedback is good, constructive or whatever. I mean, things you didn't like about the segment. If there's anything that you didn't like about the segment, let me know, because again, we're tweaking it and we're trying to make it as smooth as possible. So, right. And yes, you're right, Eric. Any Motel 6 is 420 friendly, and whatever the code for meth is, that's a Motel 6 thing as well. All right, we'll be right back. Stick around. We got to hit the reset. You guys ready for It's Evolution, baby? I want to show both Matt and everyone here on the stream this. I don't know if you saw this, but there's cockatoos in Australia that are evolving right in front of our very eyes.
No lie.
You got to figure out how to survive in this world, right? Now, a cockatoo, I don't know what they normally would, eat to survive in the wild. Sure, like nuts and berries and shit like that.
Yeah.
They figured out that trash cans a good source of protein, and they know how to get in them now. And this is happening in Australia all over the place. See this gang of cockatoos?
Yeah.
Right? So they're going to trash bins and they're lifting them up and they're dumpster diving. Look at this. Isn't that amazing? You can see that. And it's like, but this is the problem with people in Australia is that they're coming out and there's trash everywhere whenever they put their trash out because these cockatoos are going right up to them, opening up the trash bins and then just pillaging through and grabbing everything that they need.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And they work together too. That's another crazy thing about this.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's what's happening. This is the bird gang. This is the real bird gang. In Australia, of course, we know the wildlife there. Everything could kill you. These cockatoos are harmless for the most part, but they will rob you blind.
Yeah, they will take that trash.
Yeah. So like cockatoos are now like pandas, trash pandas. I'm thinking about raccoons.
Right.
Yeah. So
now my thing is, so is the trash can tipped over? It's just a huge mess, like how a raccoon will leave your area. That would be kind of annoying. Like I gotta now get rid of these cockatoos. Pretty birds.
Yeah, in most cases, no, they're not strong enough to knock them over. What they are doing though is they're reaching in, they're grabbing trash, they're pulling it out. So there's trash around the trash can, but the trash can is still standing. I
guess it's not too bad.
You still have to pick up trash again, and that sucks.
Came out this morning and saw 3 like just big ass crows just in the parking lot, just like fighting over bread. So
fighting over bread that was on the ground. That wasn't, they didn't open up a trash can lid to get that bread.
No, but I wouldn't put it past them if a trash can lid was out there that they wouldn't decide. That's a Tucson cockatoo. Giant crows.
Let's see. Pull up some Slipknot here. Trying to. Did I spell it wrong? Yeah, a Tucson cockatoo. I would love for you to go on a little nature hike and be like, see that? That's a Tucson cockatoo. Like what?
The giant black bird.
Talking about that crow?
Do not die out here. They will eat you. Off topic, but did you hear about that body on Tumamoc?
I did, and I'm glad you brought that up because I saw that, and immediately they're trying to investigate as to why he died, and apparently, in my mind, what crossed my mind immediately was like none of those police officers who are investigating ever hiked Tumamoc. Like, you know why he died? He fucking hiked Tumamoc. That is deadly. That is straight up. Seriously. And every time I hike it, I feel like I'm gonna die.
That second to last hill is
brutal.
Yeah, it's just all incline.
Yeah, it's super scary. He's only like 31, 32 years old.
Really?
Too. Yeah, he was a young guy. And it's sad, and he was up there for like a week, so who knows what the deal is. And I would not be surprised if foul play was a factor, but
absolutely.
Yeah,
like the hill's bad, but it's not. It may take a piece of you. I don't know if it's gonna take like
it could take the whole thing.
Yeah.
Trust me, man.
I sit at every bench when I hike Tumamoc. Like that's me. Like any bench that's available, let me get that.
I pretend like I want to learn all the information on the signs every single time. So like I've hiked up with numerous like girlfriends, right? So I've hiked up a couple times with my girlfriend or my friend Kat, and then I hiked up with my girlfriend as well. And that wasn't a first date. The first date was Sabino Canyon because that was just walking, and I could like not be like Darth Vader having an asthma attack. But when I do Tumamoc, I'm not talking, man. I'm not talking.
Oh no, that's the worst thing too, because if you go with somebody, they want to start talking, just shooting the shit, like, hey,
right?
Like,
No.
I gotta focus. I'm locking in.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, so but every time I've gone up and hit that sign, which I pictures me hitting the sign, so I have been to the top, but I do feel like this is the last couple steps I'm ever going to take. Brutal, and is a mystery in the dirty tea.
You going down that hill too. You got bad knees, man. Forget about it.
Still, I'd rather go down it than up it.
I feel it.
Yeah, so I'm still, riding that high of, not dying first off.
Right.
And with all due respect to whoever,
Yeah.
to pass away and their family members, not trying to say that, but like I could relate. Like I honestly, the first thing that popped in my mind was like, he just died from hiking. Like that was it. It was hot. And
I didn't even put that together that even before the rains or when it got cool a little bit, you're hiking in 100+ degree weather.
Plus humidity.
Humidity,
yeah, the humidity is a huge factor. So yeah, he could have easily went and passed out. But the fact that he was decomposing means he was off the trail, off the beaten path.
Oh.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
They have
I'm
a
sure.
sign that says don't go past that either. So.
I know. There's wildlife there. I mean, I've seen all type of deer and javelina and I was gonna be like, and a cougar, but no, I didn't see a cougar. I didn't come across a cougar on that.
Plenty of snakes though.
Yeah.
Plenty of snakes.
Yeah, a mountain bike would build that cardio for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said the authorities said no foul play, so they probably did hike Tumamoc before and then just immediately write it off as like, hey, he died while hiking. This is a killer trail. It doesn't look that bad. You think, oh, that's kind of short, the hill's right there, but then you're like, oh, it's straight up.
It doesn't help that you got like 67-year-old ladies just power walking like, it's nothing.
Oh no, yeah, I hate so many people that pass me on that trail.
It's like here's the group that goes up to him. I got the old ladies that are killing it. You got the one dude who's like in all military gear and what is it? The weighted vest.
Yeah,
he's jogging past you, and then like the student athletes.
Yep, I hate them all. all of them.
The worst one is the guy that's like in flip-flops and cargo shorts. Just talking.
Yeah.
I don't come to Tucson often, visiting family here. Just want to see the scenery and hike.
Yeah, F that guy too.
Yeah.
Royally. I do like Sabino though, because that's flat for the most part. I still get winded walking Sabino, just that road. And that's like a 2-inch incline. So it takes a lot for me to build up the momentum to try to conquer Tumamoc.
Did you have to walk a lot as a kid here?
In Arizona, no, people don't walk in Arizona. In Phoenix and stuff, you're always in a car from A to B. And then, as a kid, it was like bikes and stuff. It was, but you never really walk in places. I guess as a teenager, we walked around a lot, because we're getting into trouble and didn't have cars.
Yeah.
But as soon as cars came into play, that's it.
Right.
So
there was like about a good 3 years of you walking, getting into trouble from like 14 to 16.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Probably 13. Yeah, 13 to 16.
Okay.
Yeah. I started early. I was a gangster. All right, we got 30 seconds here. I'm just gonna break down this weed cafe. Cafe/hotel. All right, where's my clip? Because I gotta. All right, 8 seconds. Rockwood on 2.1 KFMA. Times they are changing, my friend. And if you ask me, changing for the better. This is huge news because, Prop 207 just passed several months ago as we're still adapting to the acceptance of marijuana being a legal substance here in this state and as well as many other states throughout the country. We got a huge first step in cannabis friendly. I want to say, entertainment is one way I could say it, but destinations is another way. We got our first cannabis friendly hotel and it opened up in Phoenix. The hotel is the Clariton Hotel, and spa, and it's in downtown Phoenix. I actually know this hotel very, very well. I've stayed there. I've done gigs there. Been to weddings there, everything else, and just hung out there. It's kind of it's one of these old hotels that were made over to be like hip vintage. You know what I'm talking about, Matt? Yeah. So they've always been kind of like the hipsters hotel. They have a rooftop bar and like that kind of stuff. So the vibe there was always like, killer food, but everything chic. Everything about that place from top to bottom, and the staff and everything was like, hey, in case you didn't know, at the door, we're cool. And everyone here is cool. So step up your cool if you want to be part of the Claritin. Claritin. And they did it with this cannabis-friendly hotel. So they are saying that they are Arizona's first cannabis-friendly hotel. And part of the hotel includes a cannabis sleeping rooms where guests can partake in edibles, flower, and vape. And to shop for cannabis, the hotel will even offer a car service to drive guests to a dispensary where they can also rent pipes and bongs. So if you're from out of town and you don't want to bring your bong with you because those things are fragile,
right?
You'd be able to rent one from the dispensary right down the street because they worked out a deal with the dispensary. It's insane.
That is really dope.
That is awesome. And it's cool. And honestly, I don't think they have to change their decor at all because, again, it looks cool, but I would not be surprised if they Rastafari'd it out a little bit, right?
Little red, black, green, and yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, that wouldn't hurt.
No, it wouldn't hurt at all. Let everyone know how friendly it is. I got a clip of Chef Drew Tingley, and he's in charge of the restaurant's dining room, and he's going to be they're going to be trying to enlighten the public about the positive health experience with cannabis-infused foods. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think they might even serve cannabis-infused foods here. And that's a big deal because there's not any marijuana cafes yet. You can get edibles at dispensaries, but they don't have Amsterdam-style coffee shops and cafes that offer these kind of infused foods. So if the Claritin does it, they got a head start on everybody else. Let's hear what he has to say about it. Check this out. Well, there you go. You can cut out the Rastafari colors now because they want to be cannabis culture, not stoner culture.
That's a thin line, that can easily go over. You don't want to be in stoner culture when you start infusing food with cannabis, and then it's a cannabis friendly hotel, which means I'm sure they allow smoking and everything like that.
They will.
So, you will have stoners there, and they will bring that culture. Is there a thing? I have to ask you. Is there a thing about being too high?
At this hotel?
I mean, just period. Too high.
Well, yeah, there's a thing about being too drunk as well. So, moderation is key in anything that you do.
If I'm smoking, then I go down there and eat the cannabis infused food. I don't know. It seems like
then you'll be high, and then you'll have somebody carry you back to your room.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that will happen. I think that's a possibility. But the Claritin has always done well in attracting the hip clientele, and since they're kind of being bougie with it. It's almost like a Scottsdale vibe, even though it's not Scottsdale, it's downtown Phoenix, and it's a different vibe altogether, but it's still one of urbanites and people that have their nose slightly in the air, so they're gonna be like, oh yeah, it's like I'm here for the cannabis culture. I hit this bong with my pinky out.
Yeah, I was about to say pinky out and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But still, either way, it's the first of hopefully many. And when's Tucson gonna get their cannabis friendly hotel? Damn it! I'm tired of going to the Motel 6. All right, clear.
That was awesome.
Yeah. A little weed news. All right, we got to hit the reset, and I'm gonna get ready. I got two things. I mean, I got this game I'm gonna do. Of course, we know Last Geek Standing. We're still gonna do Reefer or Wrestling or Wrestler for those Cypress Hill tickets. But since I got Matt wearing the Tucson Sugar Skulls shirt, and I have those Sugar Skull tickets to give away, basically we're gonna play a game where a listener has to beat Matt. And if they beat Matt, they get to take his Sugar Skull tickets away from him. So that's the concept. I whipped that together as well. So let's hit the reset. Chat amongst yourselves. Tell a friend. Don't be afraid to share. Sharing is caring. And react, of course, like us and whatever. Now I'm sounding desperate. I'll be right back here. Lift? Yeah, I need to get back on that. Where do you go to work out? What is it? Graham, great. Yep. Right. Girlfriend's gonna be like, who the fuck is this bitch? Shit. Yeah. Just like dancing, you know. Never seen it. Well, Little Nas X takes it to but you know. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents. I'm hanging out here with my friend Matt. And yesterday, the heavy metal world lost an icon, and Joey Jordison. You probably heard the news by now. He passed away at the age of 46. He was a former drummer for Slipknot and founder of Slipknot. He's one of the original three that started the band. And they say that he passed away peacefully in his sleep. And they don't think it was any drugs or alcohol or foul play. It just was his time, which is kind of insane to think about because 46 years old is so young.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and devastating. He did have some health issues that he dealt with in the past, which led to him getting kicked out of the band because they thought he was on drugs when he wasn't. He was just recovering from a medical ailment. And then he came back stronger than ever, and he was doing fantastic. And then all of a sudden, the flame burnt out. And it's very sad that Joey Jordison passed away at the age of 46. He did leave with us some great songs from Slipknot. In fact, actually, I want to play one that he helped write. It's called My Plague. So this is going out to Joey Jordison and his family and everyone else who just saddened by the news, who was a fan of Joey's work over the last 20 years.
Let's celebrate his life, though. Let's do it.
All right, let's do that. Yeah, so let's get My Plague. Here's Slipknot. I'm squeezing this in the playlist. I'm not necessarily allowed to play songs or just stick other songs here in my playlist, but I'm breaking the rules here for Joey. So I hope you enjoy this Slipknot. Turn it up loud. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
What is this with the celebrities? The man posted a list of.
Oh, all right. We're on the stream here. Sorry. I forgot I got a stream. I had no background music, nothing. I was just jamming out the Slipknot's My Plague.
Hey, it's easy to do. I was jamming out and then I started reading.
Oh my God, start reading.
I know.
I do have. I don't want to do that story. I have a couple stories that I do want to share that are pretty good here.
Okay.
You want a stupid Florida story? This Florida man story today comes out. 2 men in their 50s. They're living in an assisted living facility. So this happens, I guess. I don't even know. I got ahead of myself as far as stupid criminals are concerned. A stupid Florida story. These guys aren't criminals. These are two guys living together in their 50s. They get very, protective over what they watch on TV. If you have to share TV with another man, the odds are eventually you guys are going to punch each other in the face over it.
Yeah.
Because if you're not going to be on the same page, it happens all the time in jail and prison. But these assisted living facilities, kind of the same thing.
Right.
Well, one guy named Glenn really wanted to watch a Monk rerun of all things. And the other guy just wanted to watch cartoons, man. He's like, come on, we're living in a assisted living facility. I want to get high and watch cartoons. So they fought over this. And I understand. I would want to watch cartoons too. So the 50-year-old got in a fight with his 56-year-old roommate, and it went to fisticuffs. So Glenn got so irate that he whacked Edward in the head with his aluminum cane.
No, not.
He's only
Edward.
50 and he's rocking a cane.
Yeah.
Edward, who's in a wheelchair, so it might not seem like a fair fight, but Glenn told cops Edward started it by driving his motorized scooter into his leg.
Oh man. Over Monk and cartoons?
Yeah.
It's this beef it's doing for some time now.
Yeah. Well, luckily the police weren't buying it. Glenn was charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. So that cane was a deadly weapon.
You got to ask yourself, was Monk really worth it? Would Monk do that?
Monk would do that.
He doesn't let his food touch.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
So-
You with the weird Monk fact. I mean, if I'm going to give away Sugar Skull tickets, I better not do Monk trivia because
I got it.
yeah.
That's funny, man.
There you go.
All over.
I'm glad that you like that song, Jen, and I hope that I don't get in trouble for it. I shouldn't be getting in trouble for that, but that's definitely a little outside the playlist for the early mornings. And I could see my managers being like, "What are you doing playing that older Slipknot on this?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I replaced it with Motley Crue." So I feel like it was a good trade out. All right. Let's see. If I was to ask you, what was the best Dwayne Johnson movie of all time? What do you think that is?
The best or my favorite? Oh, that's hard. I'm always going to say The Rundown.
You say The Rundown. Well, because I actually have a ranking of all of The Rock's movies from best to worst.
Yeah, I think
you're gonna say The Rundown as your first number one.
Scorpion King, does that count? Even though it wasn't his movie?
Yeah, Scorpion King, I think does count. Yes, it does.
Okay. Yeah.
Michael Bell says The Rundown and Walking Tall. Gladden said Scorpion King. Neither one of those is The Rock's number one rated movie.
Is it gonna be like Fast and Furious? Because that's the easy answer.
Is it the easy answer?
Yeah, because I mean, here's the truth: The Rock is the same person in all of his roles,
and everyone knows that now. I mean, it's come out. It's honestly, it's one of those things. Hold that thought. We got 30 seconds, so break that down real quick. Oh, you want to win some of these T-shirts? What kind of T-shirts? Matt's T-shirt.
What's up?
Oh, I was talking to Just Saying. There we go. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Notice how I said that? After we played two hard songs back to back, I got to come in hot like Rock 102.1 Rock KFMA. I'm going over a list. Apparently, I think it's a BuzzFeed list. Somebody ranked The Rock's movies, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, from best to worst. So I asked Matt, who's a massive Rock fan like us all, which movie he thought would be the best movie. And he actually named an early one that he did with Stifler, The Rundown.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed that movie too. That was a very good movie. And some would argue that solidified his role in Hollywood as far as box office success outside of Scorpion King mummy stuff.
Yeah.
It was his first project that was kind of catered and perfect for him. But The Rundown actually is number 6 on the list.
Crazy.
Yeah. And there's 30 movies. I forgot. I mean, The Rock has been in everything, honestly.
Yeah.
So I would ask you, what do you think is the best movie that The Rock has made besides The Rundown? And because you're obviously wrong on that. And I got our streamers, throwing out names like Walking Tall. Walking Tall was a good one. Scorpion King obviously kind of made his name in the movies. Jumanji was even being suggested, but that's not it. His new movie, Jungle Cruise, which is not even out yet, got ranked 17th.
Wow.
Yeah, out of 30. So that's a lukewarm. I don't know if you need to get excited for this new movie. Probably not. Jumanji, The Next Level, actually, comes in at number 11. And Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, is number 4. So that's one of his best. So I will give you this hint. I want to see if you can guess it. Okay. For the best Rock movie, he only supplied his voice.
Oh, all right.
What do you think it is?
Moana.
You're
welcome.
Yes, absolutely. And he sang in that too. So they say Moana was the best. followed by the Fast and Furious movies from 2011, 2021, which Matt thinks is kind of like a cheap move to do that. And then number 3 surprised me because I thought this movie was terrible. It was based off a video game with very little substance. Talking about Rampage.
Right, just animals destroying cities.
Yeah. So, but if you think about it, he hasn't really put out many good movies, but we all give him money.
What's the real quick? What's the movie where like the world is flooding and stuff like that? He has to save like his kid or something.
Oh, I like that. Is I'm gonna have that.
It was like a day after tomorrow, kind of.
Yeah,
you know.
San Andreas.
Yeah, there you go.
San Andreas came in at number 16.
Oh, okay.
G.I. Joe came in at number 12. Skyscraper at number 10. Pain and Gain, that came in number 9. Central Intelligence, that was a good one. Gridiron Gang came in number 7. And they even include Fighting with My Family, which he only did like a cameo in. So I guess it doesn't take much. The best movies are the ones he's not in most of them.
Funny part is he's the same person in all of them except Moana. So I can see why that's number 1.
And there you have it. All right, coming up next, we have tickets for Cypress Hill. We're going to play the Last Geek Standing Reefer or Wrestler edition. That is in just a few minutes, so keep it right here to Rock 102.1. Clear. Oh, Get Shorty. Is Get Shorty on this list? It's not Get Shorty. It was the sequel. Be Cool.
Oh yeah, Be Cool.
Yeah.
That was an early role too.
That was. And that's where he played the gay guy. So he was someone different in that movie.
Now he was still tough and he still gave you the rock stare.
He did give the eyebrow.
Yeah. But you know, at the end he like danced and he did the like hula thing.
You know, you mentioned Richard mentioned the other guys. And absolutely right. The other guys would be number 1 on my list. He had such a small part in that.
Yeah, he was in there for 30 seconds.
Yeah, so that didn't get listed. But that movie, classic. That's so good.
Is Hobbs and Shaw on there?
Hobbs and Shaw is on there. Hobbs and Shaw is... Where are we at? Hobbs. It's low. It's down there low. Wait, is it? Where are you? Hobbs and Shaw. Maybe it's including it's included in the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Walking Tall came in number 20. Get Smart, number 23. Journey to the Mysterious Island is 24. Planet 51, never saw that. 25. Empire State, Baywatch, such a stinker. Yeah. And Doom. I mean, honestly, when I'm looking at these movies, I'm like, never get excited about a Rock movie ever again. And he's going to be Black Adam in the DC universe.
Yeah.
And he's going viral because of his workout pics, because obviously he's huge. He's one of the superheroes or actors playing superheroes that don't need any padding, even though there are several that have been taking it very seriously, like Chris Hemsworth, Thor, doesn't need any padding either. So it's not that big of a deal. But, you know, I don't think it's going to be a good movie. It's The Rock as Black Adam. So it's just going to be The Rock again. And so I mean, I'm almost over it. There is rumors that he is going to go back to the WWE to start a wrestling angle with his cousin. Okay, Roman Reigns, and he might be showing up at Survivor Series and then maybe WrestleMania, which that would be good.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, John Cena just came back, and John Cena is proving that John Cena is a better actor. But if you ask Dave Bautista, he's the best of them all.
It's probably the bigger movie, but better actor. No.
Who?
Batista.
I don't know. I mean, I look at Batista's roles and I just see Batista. I don't see any kind of range, but Batista does. So that's what's important. With John Cena, he does the comedic roles, and we'll see how good this Suicide Squad is. You know, that's a move that I think John Cena is making smarter moves.
John Cena as a dope dealer, probably the funniest thing I've seen.
That was good, yeah. In that Tina Fey movie.
Yeah.
What else did he do? There's a trailer that just dropped that of a comedy that looks hilarious, and it stars Lil Del Rey, and John Cena. And the premise of the movie is that Lil Del Rey and his wife go on vacation. They meet this crazy couple, John Cena and his wife, and they're partying, doing drugs or whatever the case. And then basically they wedding crash them. So John Cena and this girl come back as they're like, oh, we're best friends now. And, you know, hilarity ensues. It's one of these rated R comedies that seems very raunchy, but very funny. And when they released that trailer, the internet was buzzing on it, but people were excited about it because the trailer was it was hilarious. And you're like, okay, I can see John Cena in this too.
You know, it's crazy. You just think of The Rock's early promo days of, you know, his wrestling time. And you would think like, you've never seen a wrestler this charismatic. He should be in Hollywood. And then as soon as he gets to Hollywood years later, you just kind of get this stone-faced older guy who will drop a joke here or there, but definitely lacks the energy. So it's wild to see John Cena kind of like being that guy, you know.
I don't know. I'll counter that with, you know, like The Rock proved his charisma was as 100% real as it can be. And he's the highest paid actor in Hollywood for the last decade, strictly off the fact that he is likable, right? So it wasn't his acting ability that got him paid. It's that people like to see him, and that's charisma. Rock on 2.1. Who's this?
Hi, Beef. This is JJ.
Hey, JJ, what's going on, man?
I'm calling to see if I can participate in the Wrestler or Reefer trivia game.
We're going to be giving out that number here after Rage Against the Machine. So get ready to call back after you hear Rage, and then you may. We're doing Last Geek Standing, so it should be no problem getting you in. The problem will be to get past all the contestants to be the Last Geek Standing. That's going to be the challenge.
Woo! Sounds competitive.
It is. It's great. It's a game where you could win by knowing all the answers or win by not knowing any of the answers. So it really comes down to that. And we'll find out if you're lucky enough to be our Last Geek Standing today, JJ. So get ready to call back, okay?
Nice. Thanks. Will do.
Thanks, brother. Later. Yeah, I love this game. This is my brainchild, this Last Geek Standing. And I blame, if you think it's difficult to win, it is. And I blame all the prize pigs, the people that call and try to win every single time. You know, I continued over the years to try to figure out ways to make it more fair, to spread the wealth, if you will.
Yeah.
And this game is that game. This game, there is no guarantee. You could be the first person to call or call number 9 every single time. You could have a horseshoe up your ass. It's not going to make a difference in this game because there's so many different strategies on how to play it. And like I said, I mean, I've seen all different scenarios since I've been playing this. I've seen somebody answer all 5 questions right and win. And I've seen people like literally not answer one question 5 times in a row and win because their opponents kept guessing incorrectly. So, yeah, that's all. That's what I love about that game. It's like you just don't know.
Right. How much time do we have left?
We got 5 minutes. All right, we're going to hit the reset while Matt goes use the boys' room here. We'll be right back. My super news. That's You Bet Your Ass music right there. Oh yeah. All right, what other little music that I got here? I just want to play this.
Is he rich like me? Oh, is he rich like me?
So the NHL draft party? Yeah. Oh yeah? Oh, with Allie talking shit? Oh yeah. Nah, I let them do their thing. Even though I was about to jump across that table, be like, you tell me I'm not 43, motherfucker. Ready? Come on. Got alley jokes ready to go. Yeah. Ooh, do guitar solo. All right, we're gonna get ready to play Lasky Standing here for the Cypress Hill tickets. Wrestler Reefer. Oh yeah. I like, you know what? Let me take this moment to thank you guys for hanging out on the stream when we hit these resets.
Yo, for real.
It's appreciated as we, attempt to spread the love and, build up these numbers. So you're watching on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook. Thank you. And don't forget to do stuff on it. Hitting likes and thumbs up and all that good stuff. All right, 8 seconds. Let's do this. Rock on a 2.1, that's Rage Against the Machine. But you know that. Did you know that Cypress Hill is performing at Mesa Amphitheater on August 15th, along with their good friends Atmosphere? Well, that's happening. That's a Sunday, and that's going to be fantastic. And I have a pair of tickets to give away for that right now with a little game called Last Geek Standing. 600 KFMA at 600-5362. I need a bunch of contestants, so let's go.
Play the intro music.
I don't think that's necessary.
Play the music, nerd.
Beef Vegan presents.
I think people should freak the geek out. Freaks, the weirdos, the misfits, the geeks, the dweebs, the dorks.
Last Geek Standing.
Did I mention the theme yet, Matt?
I don't think so.
Okay, the theme today is the same as yesterday, wrestler or reefer. I'm going to give you names, and you have to tell me whether it's a wrestling name, a name of a wrestler, or the name of a strain of marijuana. So again, that number is 600 KFMA, 600-5362. We start off with 2 contestants, and work our way through 5. Whoever the last geek standing is wins the tickets to Cypress Hill. Rock 102.1, what's your name?
Manny.
Manny?
Yes, sir.
All right, Manny, you are my first contestant. I just had another contestant hang up, so keep calling. 600 KFMA, 600-5362 to be a part of Last Geek Standing. All right, Rock 102.1, who's this?
Hi, this is Sasha Holmes.
Say your name again.
Sasha.
Sasha? Okay. Sasha versus Manny. Okay, I'm going to give you a name. You need to buzz in with your name and then take a guess, okay? Okay. Here's the first name. Wrestler or reefer? Giant Baba.
Sasha.
Sasha. Is that a wrestler or reefer?
I think that's a wrestler.
That is correct, Sasha. Manny, see you later, buddy. All right, you're on to the next, Sasha. Let's see who you're playing up against. Rock 102.1, who's this?
Alan.
Alan, okay. Alan versus Sasha. Buzz in with your name if you know whether or not this is a wrestler or reefer. The name is God's Gift.
Oh, Sasha.
Alan.
Sasha buzzed in first. What do you got?
That's a strain.
That is a strain. Oh my God, Sasha, you are good at this game. Alan, sorry so much. Yeah, you're so good at this game. Do you know your strains, or you know your wrestlers, or do you know both?
I know my strains more than I know my wrestlers, to be honest.
Apparently, I mean, yeah, you were very confident in answering that.
killing.
Let's go on to the next contestant, see what we got. And the phone number is 600 KFMA 600-5362. I still need 2 more contestants. Caller, what's your name?
Chris.
Chris. Okay, Chris versus Sasha. Buzz in with your name if you think you know the answer. Golden Goat.
Okay.
Golden Goat.
Sasha.
Sasha.
This one I'm not as confident on, but I'm gonna say that one is a wrestler.
That is incorrect, Sasha. So sorry. You're doing so well, too. Was it Alan that we have on, or Chris? What's your name again?
Yeah.
Chris, okay.
Chris.
All right, you're moving on to the next, dude. You didn't have to answer anything. We got 2 more questions to go. Rock 102.1, who's this?
This is Jeremy.
All right, Jeremy. You're going up against Chris. Buzz in with your name if you think you know the answer.
Awesome.
All right, the next name is the Blue Meanie. Chris.
Jeremy.
Chris buzzed in first. What do you think the answer is? Wrestler or reefer?
Wrestler.
Wrestling is correct. Chris, you're moving on. All right, you only got 1 more contestant to beat to win these tickets to Cypress Hill, Chris. So good luck to you. Let's meet who you're going up against. Rock 102.1, who's this?
Mike.
Mike versus Chris. We're playing wrestler versus reefer. Buzz it with your name if you think you know the difference between this name. Is it wrestler or reefer? The name?
Okay.
The name is M.I. Smooth.
M.I. Smooth?
Mike buzzed in.
M.I. Smooth? That's wrestler.
That is correct, Mike. You stole it for Chris. Absolutely. Good job, buddy. M.I. Smooth is a professional wrestler. Chris, that means you got to go, bud. Sorry so much. You almost had it, but you don't. And then, Mike, you just swooped in at the very last moment and stole it from everyone else who participated. Congratulations. You just won a pair of tickets to see Cypress Hill with Atmosphere at Mesa Amphitheater on August 15th. I'm stoked for you, dude.
Sweet.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Seems like you're already pre-gaming, which is good too. So stay on the line. I'll get all your info. Okay. And then, yeah, nice. All right. We got a whole lot more to go. Coming up here in less than 30 minutes, I'll give you an opportunity to take Matt's tickets away. I give him a pair of tickets to the Tucson Sugar Skulls. You could jack those from him if you beat him in a game of the last word. That's coming up here in a few. All right, I got to put you guys in reset real quick, and then I'll be right back. So chat amongst yourselves. Yeah, I got to get that broom, man. I got to get that broom. Broom with the googly eyes. It'll be the best. I'll talk to Mucho about it. Try to run into him today. What's our time? I gotta be calling your girl Mandy here in a little bit.
Huh?
Mandy.
Who's Mandy?
The chick you hooked up with that's gonna do the score report with us.
Mandy.
That's her real name. You just know her by Boo.
Low voice, Boo.
Hey,
Boo.
Yeah, that's how you get. I mean, you trying to get all the ladies when you're on the show today? You're like, good morning, ladies. Yeah. It's Matt,
Sound
man.
Like them old 70s love songs. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Let me just pick this off of the ground here. It was my dick. It just fell out.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll it back up real quick before I put it away.
4 hands. Nah, ain't that bad.
Hey, thanks for trying, Manny. It's a tough game, dude. And shit, that what Candace girl? What a hustler. What a stoner hustler. She was like, I know my weed. Because when I said that God's gift, very well could have been a wrestler. Because wrestlers are very braggadocious, you know? Ric Flair, think like that. And then she's like, oh, I know this one. I'm like, oh, you do, huh? Damn. I got to try some of that God's gift. That sounds amazing. That's a big name to live up to, you know? What's the weirdest weed name strain that you've ever heard? Because obviously, look, it's stoners naming stony foods or stony things, right? So they sit around, they get stoned, and they come up with creative names. That's what stoners do. But they're ridiculous names. Absolutely ridiculous. So what's the most ridiculous weed strain name that you've ever bought or came across?
What's the wildest name you have?
No, I'm trying to think. My memory is shit. I'm doing this blueberry thing right now, and I got an indica. This is how lame I am. I'm still kind of new to the dispensary. I've always had like a middleman or whatever, guy across the hall or whatever. And but now I got the Prime right by my house, and now with Prop 207, I could go. So I only went there twice. This last time I went, I was like, give me a sativa cart, something very up, and give me an indica cart, something very down. And that was it. So he just handed me 2 things, and I didn't really even know what it was, and whatever. There was a sale, and I did that, and it was great. So like I have my indica cart at night when I want to do that, and then I have my sativa cart when I want to pace around and come up with ideas and think about the show, because that's what I do. You know, I'll hit the sativa and I have this like nervous energy, and I'll do some push-ups, and then
that's the one that keeps you awake, right? The strain.
Yeah, they say, you know, indica's in the couch, and sativas clean the house. So I utilize that for some natural energy. And then I come up with like the animal sound off game.
Yeah, I heard that on Monday. I was like,
oh, you're lucky no one else is in here today, bro, or you'd be sounding off for sure.
Right?
Yeah. Because it's a fun game.
I don't even know if I have it in me to like bring out animal noises. Like
that only makes me want to have you do it even more, because it would be that weird and, you know,
or lame. Try my hardest not to be lame.
Yeah, lame.
Sounds like that'd be like lame. You just go up there and say moo. Like, I ain't even trying.
Well, you gotta try. At least, I mean, yesterday.
I mean, Emil's lion roar took me out. Like, rah.
Yes. He's like the gay lion. Kirsten, was the sativa a good up? And which is it? Yes, sativa was a good up. It was the blueberry one from item 9. And it gets me going and thinking to myself, what if they made animal noises? Oh, that would be awesome. Because I did a hum off as well. So, all right. Carts, you know, a lot of people like natural, but I like to do it on the DL. All right, Matt, we're going to be on here.
All right, let's do it.
Rock 102.1 KFMA, Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden here on Beef Vegan Presents. It's Beef Vegan hanging out with you and my good friend Matt, who just came across something being announced to Netflix that I'm excited for, but Matt isn't. What did you come across here, Matt?
Beef, you remember where you were at when the Malice in the Palace started?
That was the brawl.
Yeah.
With Ron Artest going into the stands and kicking a bunch of fans' asses.
Right. The moment where fans realize the difference between a pro athlete and a regular human.
Right.
But the reason that fight happened because those lines were blurred. That guy who paid who bet his friend $50 that he could hit Ron Artest with a cup of beer, like as if he's like some kind of like animal at the zoo, even though you shouldn't treat animals at the zoo like that.
Yeah, that's terrible for the animals at the zoo. Yeah,
exactly. But they did that, and that kicked off Ron Artest's beating.
Yeah.
So check it out. Netflix is now dropping a documentary series about the Malice in the Palace.
A whole series about it?
Yeah, I thought this story, we've already went over this story. This is the quote unquote ugliest day in NBA history when fans got hurt, players got involved. But the Pacers players of that time, they want to get their story out. Detroit players want to get their story out, and the guy who threw the cup would like to get his story out.
Oh yeah, good luck. I heard at the time that guy was saying racial slurs and a bunch of other things that would get your ass kicked in the streets.
Yeah,
am I right?
Yeah, and it got his ass kicked in the stands. So but
right.
It's like everybody likes to cater to it because they're like, that's Detroit basketball. That's what Detroit represents. We stand behind our teams and we fight for them. They lost that fight.
Yes, they did.
So
they lost majorly.
This is going to be released on August 10th. It includes footage from the infamous fight. You want to know how that fight started, Beef?
Yeah. Well, how exactly did it start?
So Ron Artest, Ben Wallace is they're boxing out to get the rebound. Ben Wallace tells Ron Artest, hey, I'm tired. You guys already won. Just take it easy. I just want to, basically let's not fight over the ball. Ron Artest, being Ron Artest, gives him the hardest push off, hard foul.
Yeah.
Ben Wallace pushes him in the back. Then Detroit erupts.
Right.
But you know what? Like, Ron Artest, his therapist said, all right, whenever you feel like you're getting into an angry place, because Ron Artest to be angry, lay on the bench and just give yourself 5 minutes. He did that. He said, I just laid on the bench. I gave myself 5 minutes like I was told to do, and someone threw a cup of beer at me.
Right.
Talking about poking a bear.
That's true. Yeah, he was raging. He was trying to calm down. But, that's a couple things from that. Like Ben Wallace punking out like that and not giving his all just because he's tired. I understand they're at work, and that's what they are. They're at work, and there's so many games in a season. So it's weird that I don't even see him not having that competitive edge to not try.
Right.
He's just out there collecting a check and one.
Well, I mean, it's the last it's 10 seconds of the game. Pacers are up by like 15 or something.
Right.
Ben Wallace is already giving his all. At this point, it's like, why are you still going that hard still at the last 10 seconds?
And Ron Artest is like, because I'm crazy, bro.
Right, exactly.
I'm going for Rodman-like stats on the rebounds this game.
Exactly. I mean, the reason why the Pacers were killing that night, too, is because the Pistons had won that year, the championship the year prior.
Right.
So this was a payback game, and that's messed up. You win a title for your city, and then that happens to your city. So
yeah, I do remember it. I don't remember where I was, but I remember it being so crazy. And it did change the NBA forever. So I'm excited to check out this series that's on Netflix, or will be on Netflix on August 10th. Thanks for the heads up, Matt.
Yeah.
When we come back, I gave tickets to Matt to go to the Tucson Sugar Skulls this weekend, but you can take those tickets away from him if you beat Matt in a round of the last word. That's coming up next on Beef Vegan Presents. Clear.
You know the funniest part about that whole thing?
Huh?
Is because Steven Jackson got involved. He's the one that gave the infamous punch from Doom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the sliding punch. But Ron Artest looks at Steven Jackson and says, hey, you think we're going to get in trouble for this? Steven Jackson looks back and says, Ron, we may not even have a job after this.
Yeah. You punch people in the stands, man.
You talking about we're going to get in trouble for this?
Yeah. That's too funny.
Jermaine O'Neal went off. Everybody went off.
Yeah. Yes, I saw the trailer for Dexter. I've been reading about Dexter, Rick, and I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence because I loved Dexter in the original run, and just like many people who loved Dexter, they hated the last season and the ending of Dexter. So they're coming back to try to fix what they broke, but I don't know if they'll be able to do that. I'll still watch, but again, it's kind of weird. So I would not be surprised if they miss the mark and we only get one season of Dexter. We'll see. No, do you know Donovan barely listens to the radio at all? He'll call in again, but maybe he is bothering F. I don't even know if the guy across the hall has his co-host this morning. She was having issues because it's a Wednesday. Oh. And Stripper Robin. I haven't heard from Stripper Robin. So either she OD'd at the casino, which is possible, or she forgot to put 1021 is in all of her presets, like I tried to get her to do.
Oh no, Stripper Robin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, while we got a moment, actually, I'll do this. Let's replay animal sounds. The animal sound off that we had yesterday between Mari and Todd. I could do that. Because I've been doing little clips and everything. If you're probably already subscribed to the YouTube channel, and if you are, thank you very much. I'm trying to get a bunch of different things going on. Here's our animal sound off with Mari and Todd. Let me share this on the screen while I hit the reset. Mari, you got Aaron. Aaron, stay on hold for me. I'm going to meet the other contestant. All right, let's see what we got here. I'll go to line 4. Rockroller 2.1, who's this? Johnny. Johnny, have you won tickets with me before? Nope. All right, well, let's try to do it now. You're going to be on Team Todd, Johnny. Okay, Johnny, we're doing it. And you heard the rules and the setup of the game, right? Yep. All right, cool. So I'm going to put you on hold, and we'll be right back with you. I'll let Mari go first. All right, so stay on hold. All right, Aaron, are you there? Yeah. All right, buddy. Okay, so I'm going to start the clock here in just a second. You have to guess what animal Mari is being with. Rock 2.1, who's this? Hello? Rock 2.1, who's this? Hello?
Yes. Ribbit. A frog. Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Correct. All right. 40 seconds. 40 seconds on the clock here. 40 seconds. Good job, Aaron. You got 40 seconds. So hopefully Johnny doesn't beat your score, Johnny and Todd. So we're going to go that. We'll put you on hold. Good luck to you, sir. All right, Johnny, you still there? Yep. All right, your team, Todd. I got good news.
Okay. Obviously, it's not working. That's the bad news. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm going to have to download this goddamn video. Well, honestly, it's a Todd thing. Or not a Todd thing. Sorry. Todd, if you're watching, I'm sorry. It's not a Todd thing. It's not a Todd thing. It's a Scott thing. And, there was a couple things that I needed Scott to do. And everyone's... Okay. I'm not going to get into this. I'm just going to see if I can print something. And the answer is no. So say a small example. Like I need to be able to print from this computer that I'm using. It's a 2-second fix. They'll get around to it. That was 3 days ago. Let's look at another thing. We're talking about our website. This is how things get done around here. And this is, everyone's overwhelmed and overly busy and not doing anything. So things get done at a leisurely pace. And when they're done, they're not done completely. It's half-assed. So let's go to the website. Let's see if this is pulled up. I pulled this to my promotion director's attention. Okay, this is the KFMA website. Not the best website, let's be honest. Okay. In fact, actually, you could probably get a seizure just looking at that backdrop. But scrolling down, okay, things to do, community events, scrolling down, Rock One 2.1, Facebook. I mean, I don't like the look of it. And then, okay, dive into Rock One 2.1. What do you see here, Matt?
I see nothing.
No, when you see the Rock One 2.1, dive into Rock One 2.1. Are you seeing it on the screen? I know it's tough with your phone. So what we have is we have Riley, we have Razer, and we have Hard Drive XL. So we don't have Beef Vegan, right? So we don't have Beef Vegan Presents. We don't have the show. So that wasn't even updated. So if you click on Riley, right, you enter that.
Oh, we got Beef Vegan Presents. You got click on the tab though.
No. So, but that's the thing. It's half done.
Oh,
so there's part information that says the show and everything, and then when you click on that, dive into Riley. What does it say? It says weekday morning, 6 a.m. to 9. So this wasn't updated, right? So like this whole thing is a problem with our web designer,
right? Okay,
right.
Yeah.
This guy is too busy doing nothing, and then does stuff and half does it. So I mention this because I just want things to be consistent. I want to look professional, for God's sake, right? I'm not on the LPFM that I was on in Phoenix, right? I'm on a big corporate station that everyone should be doing their jobs and doing it correctly and promptly. But if not even promptly, if you slow roll to finally getting around to it, do it right. Well, it was slow on getting up, and then when it was put up, it wasn't completed. The job is not done. So I brought this to the attention of my promotions director, whose job is to stay on top of this stuff. And he's like, thank you for bringing it to my attention. We'll take care of this ASAP. That was 3 days ago. So, pardon my frustration, but this is like how it is from top to bottom. And I'm sitting here, right? I'm sitting here. I got a year. I might, only have a year to prove myself and try to succeed and take this station from last place to first place. It's a tall order. Some may say impossible. I say bring it on. But at the same time, you're only as strong as your weakest link.
Right.
And I got no fucking chain.
Nah.
It's like, are you kidding me? This is what's happening. I'm like, yeah. And when you,
do you feel like it's a sabotage? Or
it's not a sabotage. It's just people being lazy and incompetent, not doing their jobs. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that people aren't doing things right and taking the time to do it right, and it's upsetting too because when I bring it up to people's attention, I try to be as nice as possible, because if I try to be any more like, hey man, this didn't happen already, it's been 3 days, they're gonna say you're acting like a diva.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I'm the asshole
for wanting things that you're supposed to already have.
I shouldn't be having to do everything myself.
Right.
Like when I came into this company 5 years ago, there was a team put in place where people were like, where I was used to doing everything by myself, and they're like, hey, no, let us help.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah, please let us help. We'll make your life easier, and we'll all get things done together. We'll accomplish these things together. And that's what I learned. I was like, oh, that's amazing. And then the culture of this place is not have changed in the past couple of years, and that is not where we're at now. Right. Now it's every man for themselves, and then they're just not doing it. And everyone is, has too much on their plate.
Right.
And so nothing gets done.
So what's the solution? What can we do about that?
That's an excellent question. I'll let you know when I find an answer. I don't know that answer.
That's real.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm just like, what else can I do besides politely, professionally remind people, like, hey, remember when you said you were going to do your job?
Yeah.
You didn't do your job. Can you do your job now?
It's like you want to be direct, but you don't want to come off.
Yeah, I come off so fucking nice. Like, I know, I understand, and then make excuses for him. I get that, it's Wednesday, and I know on Wednesdays, you like to walk around a little bit more. And I understand. I don't want to interrupt your walking around and, touching yourself. I don't know what you're doing.
In order, like yesterday or the other day, I heard the other show being promoted when you went on a break or something like that.
Oh,
you
really?
put somebody on hold and another station was playing.
Oh, yeah.
So, little things like that. You gotta. You just want a level playing field. I feel that.
Yeah, man. No,
That's
I just
all.
want people to do their jobs right. I don't want to look like it's a shit show. I don't want outsiders and other people in the industry be like, oh, let me see what KFMA is up to, and be like, oh, well, they have all this misinformation and like contradicting information on their website. Let's go. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents Happy on a Wednesday as we do our Feel Good Wednesday morning. Now, I do have tickets to give away. I did give away to my buddy Matt.
Yeah. Can't wait for this game.
Well, you might have to wait because I do want to play a game right now and have an opportunity for somebody to steal these tickets to the Sugar Skulls game, which is happening this Saturday, away from Matt.
They giveth and they taketh away.
Absolutely. So if you want to see some exciting arena football action with our Tucson Sugar Skulls, give me a call right now, 600 KFMA. That's 600-5362. And we'll play a game of the last word. Now, this is important for Matt for two reasons. One, if he wins, he'll get to keep his tickets. And also, the additional bonus is that he'll get a W in the league, the Beef Vegan Presents Competitive League. So he needs to get up to 500. He's currently at 1 and 2. So
controversially.
Not controversially, but okay. Rock 102.1, who's this?
It's Gabriel.
All right, Gabriel, you want to win those tickets and take them away from Matt?
I can give it a try.
Hell yeah. I like it. Okay, so we're going to play a game called The Last Word. It's pretty simple. I'm going to put 30 seconds on the clock and name a category. You're going to give an answer. Then Matt's going to give an answer. And then you're going to give an answer again. We're going to go back and forth. Whoever gets the last correct answer is going to win those tickets. Okay?
Okay.
Now, sorry, as I leaned over real quick. Now, as the clock's ticking down, when the time runs out, that's it. That's the end of that. Okay? So, we'll start things off, and we'll start things off with you, Gabriel, okay? So the clock will begin as soon as I name this category, and you got to give me an answer, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Name an actress with big boobs. Go.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Jessica Simpson.
Jessica Simpson.
She acts?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she acts.
20 seconds.
Oh, man. What? Big boobs?
Big boobs.
I don't know.
Come on.
Beyonce?
Yeah, Beyonce counts.
10.
Gabriel.
9. 8.
Yeah.
7.
Give me another
Dolly
answer.
5.
Dolly Parton.
4.
Dolly Parton, yes. Back to Matt.
2,
Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Oh, yes. Matt with the squeeze in. You got it.
Shout
Oh,
out to
wow.
Can't Hardly Wait.
That was good. Oh, well, Gabriel. Okay, so you lost that first round, but I got good news for you. It's best out of 3. Okay. So that was the first round. And you were surprised by that category there, Matt. You
was.
Yeah. Well, it's like, what? You never heard of actresses with big boobs before? There's tons of them.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Get it together. All right, here we go. Next category, clock will begin. We'll start with Matt. Okay. Name a street in Tucson that has potholes. Go.
Tucson. Actually, no. Country Club.
Country Club. All right, Gabriel.
Oracle.
Prince.
Okay.
Grant.
Fort Lowell.
He said Fort
Miracle
Lowell.
Mile.
All right, Miracle Mile. Yep.
Speedway.
Uh-huh.
Country Club.
29th.
36.
Oh, he got the last
Ooh.
answer there. All right, we just tied it up. Gabriel versus Matt. And steal Matt's tickets, so that's good. 36, and it's kind of a trick question because every street, with the exception of Ina, has potholes in Tucson. So go figure. All right, last category. All right, get ready. And Gabriel, you're gonna start things first, okay?
Okay.
All right. Category is name a number that's a multiple of 7. Go.
14.
21.
Yep.
28.
34.
Nope.
42.
50 something. I'm not good at time tables.
Oh no.
49.
Get out of here, Gabe.
5 seconds.
56.
63.
63. He got lost. That means Gabriel just stole Matt's tickets
Gabriel.
and got him with math.
I'm wearing the shirt and everything. You took my tickets.
Oh man, why are you so bad in math, man?
I mean, you know what? I don't know, man.
That was terrible.
I know.
You gotta turn in your man card as long as well.
I'm
with
good.
those
I'm
tickets.
good. I'm good at adding and subtracting.
Gabriel, congratulations. You just won a pair of tickets to the Tucson Sugar Skulls game happening this Saturday. Stay on hold for me, okay?
All right.
Right on. All right, when we return, I got good news for people who work at Walmart and places like that. Just good news for our economy in general. It seems like Walmart's stepping up. I'll tell you how and why next on Beef Vegan Presents. All right, got to hit that reset real quick. Be right back. Talk amongst yourselves, please.
everybody here looks bad. Right. Because the public is trying to witness what we're doing over here, and we make it hard for them.
Yeah, we're not going to build
interest.
Yeah, we're not going to build web traffic. We're not going to have anything cool.
Exactly. So, yeah, I wonder why the Dragging Their Feet is the first morning show that's like actual morning show that's been on air
since I was on air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
3-4
years ago, right?
Yeah, yeah. But no, I mean it's not even dragging their feet. It's just the fact that Miguel's not good at his job, and then he got forced in this position or pushed in this position, just because he was around, and he's completely underqualified for it, and instead of like trying to work hard to be good at it, he's just phoning it in, and eventually, like he was stressing because corporate wanted him to detail his job description. And you didn't know what to write because I'm like, because you don't do shit, motherfucker. You tell them that you sit around and bullshit with Mucho all day and then give shit to anybody who asks you for anything. They'll write that down as your description. All right. Rock 102.1 Beef Vegan presents. Of course, that was Blink 182. Mark Hoppus actually just had a video out that went viral of him playing bass for the first time since his cancer diagnosis. He is stage 4, and that's very scary stuff. But the type of cancer he has and the treatment he has, everyone's being very hopeful and optimistic. So, thoughts of Mark Hoppus on that, obviously. Hopefully he can pull it through. I remember meeting him at KFMA Day a few years back, and the guy's super nice. He's as nice as you would think Mark Hoppus would be.
Right.
I met Travis Barker as well, and he was kind of weird. As weird as Travis Barker would be. I'll tell you that much right now. All right, I got good news here for people who work at Walmart, but I think this is good news for retail store employees in general. I think this is setting a standard that we're way behind on, and we need to be caught up with real quick. But Walmart is now offering 100% free college tuition, books for all of its 1.5 million employees in a bid to lure workers back in a tight job market.
It's about time. It's unfortunate that it has to be the reason why they need more workers to come back, though.
Right. Well, initially, when I saw this headline, I was just like, okay, dummies, why don't you just pay them more? You're making
Or that.
billions of dollars. Just pay your employees more. And if you're paying $20 an hour, trust me, people are going to be applying.
Oh, yeah.
It's called living wage. We just want a living wage. But they do say that they are going to be increasing the pay as well. So it comes as low wage companies are offering increasingly generous benefits, including higher pay. Now, actually, as I read this, and I'm just picking up on it right now, that it comes as other low wage companies are offering increasing benefits, including higher pay. That does not necessarily mean that Walmart is one of those companies. What they're doing, instead of saying, hey, we'll bump you up to $15 an hour, they're saying, hey, we'll, send you to college for free. I have a problem with that, though, because maybe a lot of employees are like, hey, I didn't want to go to college. That's why I'm working at Walmart. I'm not too good at the school thing.
Right.
And, since I wasn't too good at the school thing, it led me here to Walmart.
Right.
So, what do you want me to go to Princeton now?
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to be able to eat, man.
The worst part is, what if they already attended college and they're at Walmart because the job market's so bad?
Well, that's a problem. Yeah. And definitely some people have dealt with that as well. And I'd feel bad. You'd be in debt and then work at Walmart. You're never paying off that debt.
Yeah.
The retail giant says it will be investing $1 billion, $1 billion with a B, into its college education program over the next 5 years. So $200 million a year. Not bad. Not bad. It's also a bet that they know they could hedge. So saying, hey, we're willing to pay for 1.5 million employees college tuition.
Mm-hmm.
They know that not all 1.5 million employees are going to go back to college. Hell, a lot of these employees are like 50, 60. They're done with the schooling. They don't see the benefit of going through a 4-year program to get a degree to do something else.
Right.
At this point, they're just trying to get by.
Exactly.
Right. So a number of reasons have been given for the lack of workers, including the federal pandemic unemployment aid. And as sad as it may be, those states that did pull the extra $350 did see an increase in people going back to work.
Right.
Because unfortunately, the pay is so damn low that it just made more sense to stay home and collect that check because you were making more money than working. Last year, when the pandemic hit, and that $350 was in play, I did the math and I was like, oh man, if they fire me right now, I'll be making more money than I'm making right now.
Isn't that crazy?
It's sad.
That's wild. They even think that. It took that huge boost of money that we're all excited for, and that's just how you're normally supposed to live.
Right.
That's a living wage.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, so there was a good month that I tried to get fired. I was just walking around with my balls out. Nobody cared. I still got a job here. So go figure.
You got a morning show instead.
Yeah, they gave me a promotion. What the F, man? I'm trying to get paid.
Oh, man.
Clear. All right, cool. All right, we're going to call up Mandy right now. All right, we got to... Oh, we were backstage this whole time. Sorry, I was behind the logo, but you heard it. I hope it was entertaining for you. I'll be right back here. Sorry, Kirsten. But I do have to stay backstage anyways because we got to record this next beautiful score report.
Gotta go outside.
We'll be back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Hello. Hello, is this Mandy? It is. You're welcome. Yep, sure do. Okay. 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 Hello. I'm okay. Who's this? Uh, Matt. What is this about? I mean, I did. Why is he calling a radio station about it? So wait. So Matt calls a radio station and wants me to rate him on sex? Like, seriously, you're calling me about this? Like, really? I mean, I can't even believe I can't even believe this is happening right now. I'm a little annoyed by it, but here's the thing. Like, obviously he thinks he's good and he is not as good as he obviously thinks he is, because if he knew, he wouldn't be calling a radio station. So, you know what? Actually, I will give a rating. That is true. We went out one time. We went out to dinner, had some drinks. That was pretty much it. Yeah. Just like at a bar. I mean, it was. I mean, well, we had some like pub food. I mean, it wasn't like anything fancy or anything. Just some beers. Yeah. Well, after we went to the hut, the bar I was talking about, we went to his place. And, you know, we're sitting on the couch talking and started making out, which was okay. That part was okay. I mean, like making out like was okay. Like I would say, I mean, 1 to 10, maybe like an 8. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's good looking for sure. I mean, I would say an 8. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, he works out like is a 6 pack. I mean, he looks good. I mean, I would say an 8. I mean, I can't even like. First of all, this is just like so annoying, but I'm just doing this because this guy, dude, you like seriously, Matt, like you think that you were like good because you obviously wouldn't call a radio station if you knew your score, which is a total 1 out of maybe even a 0. Can I say a 0? Like, dude. I don't know. I mean, if here's the thing, like if girls like jackrabbits in the bedroom, then you would be a 10, dude. I mean, could you go any? I mean, it was just horrible. I mean, like, dude, this is not a race, okay? It's not a race. Like, slow it down. Like, not enjoyable. Oh, and listen, like it was so like boom, 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 and then it was forever. It went on forever. Like he doesn't even get it. Like, dude, slow down. Not run a fast marathon. No, no, no. Let's slow it down. Okay. Whoa. It was so bad. There was no romance. It was like I honestly, I think maybe a jackrabbit could have done better. You know. It's like awful. It was so bad. Oh, wow. This is like, I mean, it's so annoying, but honestly, it's like if people know who he is, like maybe this could be a warning to other girls of like, dude, it was not good. Like, so a waste of my time. Wow. Okay. Anna. I'm going to pass. Yeah, I'm going to say no. Oh, I'm okay. I'm good. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Great. Have a great day. Yes, it was fun. All right. Take care. Bye.
All right, guys, I got 30 seconds. Stream is, a little slow today. Matt just took off with my camera, or my laptop just died for Matt's second webcam, but that's okay. He had to take off, pick up his stepkid. And why no sound? Because we just did a score report with Matt that I'm airing next Wednesday. I record these a week in advance, This last one was good. Good. His girl, angry. Very angry. So, all right. I got to get on and do the score report here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It's a Wednesday morning, and every Wednesday we like to do a little segment called the score report, and that's what we're going to do. It's my favorite day of the week, and I came up with a theory, as you may know. How good are you in bed, really? What's the best way to find out? Ask someone that you hooked up with that has no feelings for you now whatsoever. That's what we did with Aaron. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the score report.
And then we started hooking up. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Someone tell me how to feel.
And there's our young Romeo now, and whoa, he has scored.
Beef Vegan presents the score report.
Score.
With me is my very reluctant guest, Aaron. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning. I was actually going to say this is my least favorite time of the week.
Yeah. Well, you know, like I said, he was reluctant, and it wasn't easy to track down. Wait a second. You guys heard that? How much did you hear? Make a Reddit? Should I make a Reddit? How do I make a Reddit? Oh my God, you guys heard everything. Could you hear us too? Shit, you heard all of it? Oh, wow. Well, there you go. You know, streamers are privy to the behind the scenes. Oh, you just heard her. Okay. That's even worse. So you didn't even hear Matt's defense? Nothing. You just heard her. And she was angry. Come on in. Hey, Dave, what's going on? Yeah, well, technically I'm on the air, but I'm playing a bit called the score reports. That's pre-recorded. You want to say hi to people streaming? Yeah.
The gaming.
Okay.
Gaming.
What gaming? Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to put you backstage while I talk to Dave. All right, I'm back. So that means I'm trying to wrap my mind around this real quick. That means that you could hear everything that's potted up or every channel that's potted up, even if I'm not on, which is good news. Okay. Well, anyways, I'm glad you did get a preview of that. So you got a double dose of the score report today, and I got to edit it. It's about 9 minutes. So, you know, I'm going to save all the juicy parts. And, and yeah, I'll say it's educational, to say the least. I think Matt learned a little bit. And I think it's an honest mistake. I think his one is not necessarily a terrible thing for him. I think it says a lot, you know, like his stamina seemed like it was good. He just went too hard in the paint, which young guys can make that mistake a lot. They feel like the only way to, yes, Jackrabbit is bad. The only way to be good is to take it to Pound Town. And that, you know, you learn with age in most cases that it's a very sensitive area, and you don't have to murder it to be good in bed. So, oh, that's great. That's good though. I'm glad you enjoyed that. So we're stepping it up. It's a little different than Aaron's Mr. Sweet, sexy, telling jokes while caressing your hair style of lovemaking. And I'm just like, oh, you got caught. Oh, I got caught. You heard it. And the score is a score. Yeah, that's right, Eric. Yeah, but this thing's getting good. And like I said, I'm gonna be turning it around and asking listeners to participate, to experiment with that eventually, see if people have the guts for that, and see if I can get, an authentic score report out of that. I feel like it's difficult. So that's why luckily we have a lot of different people that partake on the show that are all running through the gauntlet. I mean, I'll even have Mari do that. Hold on. Well, that's good too. Sorry, I was listening to this. That's good because you didn't hear my hilarity. I said some jokes. I did all right. You guys, you'd be impressed. You'd be like, okay, it was kind of funny in that one. So I know I was laughing my ass off too. And yeah, she was angry. She did not like the fact that we were calling her. She couldn't understand the concept of him being a part of the show either. She just thought he was just a listener calling in. So I'd let her think that because I didn't want to feel Mandy's wrath. That's good. All right. Well, that's good. A little bonus on a Wednesday, on what's like a slowed down Wednesday. Because honestly, I only have a couple more segments left, and I'm doing the stream by myself right now, hanging out with you guys. Drum will be back next week. That's good. She'll be back all week and be doing the naked news. So get used to that. And of course, tomorrow we get loaded up with Big Bo Awesome and Lance Fairchild. So we're busy there. And then Friday is a jam-packed show as well. So a lot of good stuff. Turn the bottle to the front to get that sponsorship. That's funny. Stoke Protein Coffee. Get buff. Get jacked up. Drink straight from the bottle like a man who drinks water out of the can. Actually, I should be drinking water right now anyways. Mari and Drum. Mari and Drum are both part of the show, but Drum is also the receptionist here. So she comes in before she works her shift every day at 10. So that makes it to where she's able to. She's a paid employee. Everyone else on the show is a volunteer, so I can only get them in one day a week. I can't. I'm not allowed to have, say, Mari in working for free 5 days a week. She can be a guest. And that's different. That's my workaround. This is how I'm able to get people on the show through corporate where they sign off and allow me to do this. And at the same time, I don't want to burn them out. And I don't want to, ever feel like or have them feel like I'm taking advantage of their kindness and their hunger to be a part of this by, utilizing them in a full-time manner. I can't. Because the company can't pay them right now. It would just be unfair to them. And if I could pay them, I would pay most of them. Some of them I would still be like, well, you need to earn that. But yeah, that's good. Just remember to send her creepy DMs, Rick. We want to read them out. Put you on blast. But yeah, that's why I have Bo and Lance tomorrow, and then Powers holding down the whole day with me and with Slobby Robbie. Look at this honestly, when it comes to personalities and loading it up, I got Powers, Slobby Robbie, and Herb Stratford all on the same show. Like Friday is going to be jam-packed with entertainment. It's going to be fun. All right. So I'm just talking by myself right now. So what I got to do is I got to do a bunch of behind the scenes work, get ready for the rest of the week and load it up. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on the stream, but I'm going to wrap up the stream right now. We'll do it again tomorrow morning from 6 all the way till 10. But for the time being, I got some people to yell at and try to get some shit done around here. So the next time that you see me tomorrow, things sound even a little better. So that's all right, Rick. If you missed the stream on Friday, you could always watch the replay on the YouTubes or on Twitch. No, just on YouTube. Later, Hector. Thanks for checking out and hanging out with us today. I appreciate it. Yeah, an unpaid internship is right. Later, Manny. Later, everybody. And I appreciate you guys hanging out. I just want to get some other stuff done, and I don't want to have to keep putting you backstage and stuff. So I don't want to bore you. Go on with your day and listen to Rock 102.1. Hopefully, you'll enjoy some of the music that I'm playing and the other stuff that I got to throw up on the radio here. Not throw up. All right. Thank you, Kirsten. Thank you, Rick. All right. Later, guys. Appreciate it so much.